North Shore in beautiful North Sydney. Johnny Woodcock, number 72. Nate Chappell, 83. Mikey Young, 86.
Let's go.
And Ben Gill is going to have a huge mission on his hands. Yeah, he's going to have a huge match on his hands, Ben Gill. And speaking of which, Garen, who do we have for the Maitland Mustangs team? Who's lining up in the black and red as opposed to the red and white?
You need to watch out for the MVP, Billy Parsons, absolutely tearing it up. 24.5 points a game this season. What a weapon he's been for this team on offense. What an asset. Then you got to look out for Will Mortimer from Knox. Absolutely great season.
Hey,
Jesse
a lot of
Parker.
Knox talent out there.
And then I said the three-headed dragons, Beavis. You got to look out for Beavis. Markovic, someone you really need to look out for. Riley Markovic, Ashton Proctor, Kai Faber, Matthew McGann, Jake Hall, really, really strong. Isaac Testoni, Connor Edwards, as always, and then Ben Matthews. Ben Matthews had an absolutely great season too. All these players went under the radar. Maitland Mustangs, a team that's really been under the radar throughout most seasons here in the Waratah League and have been for a while. But they have a really good program, a really good system, and they really know how to develop their young guns. And it shows here, being in this situation, as the one North Bears under the maestro of Brooke Pierce. The high IQ coach mind of Brooke Pierce has had a lot of in and out rosters and has done well with who he's had. And when you got players like the Morgan twins who have been lighting it up all season, have been reliable, have been athletic, have been just super consistent shooting the ball, absolutely crazy. Assistant coaches and someone I was able to coach with, not here today obviously, but Aiden Zlotnick, had the privilege of being his assistant coach a couple seasons back. High IQ, really smart coach, and then you got Sydney King's assistant and development coach Liam Cavanaugh down. So shout out to Liam, shout out to Brooke Pierce, shout out to the coaching staff there, and then shout out to the Maitland Mustangs assistant coaches. Who you got from
and
Maitland?
I got him. So Luke Boyle, I mean, good on him. He's the NBL1 coach for Maitland Mustangs, but also assistant coaches for this youth league team, which is great. It's just part of that Maitland culture of developing young talent, developing local talent. Of course, Luke Boyle is a Maitland local, as well as Callum Wade, the head coach of this of this youth league team for Maitland. Callum Wade came up through the Maitland system. He's a Maitland boy through and through. So, you know, that's a big theme for this Maitland Mustangs team. They have a lot of local talent, a few imports from around the place. Of course, Kai Faber, he's originally from another town in country New South Wales, and you know, there's a lot of players there that come from all over the district, but Maitland, known for developing young talent.
Massive shout out to Country New South Wales and the teams out in Country New South Wales and BNSW Country. They do a great job in developing players and the system they got there. And a lot of them goes to like Maitland. Maitland have a great program there in the way they develop their players. We got to catch up with the coach before the game, or one of the assistant coaches of this team and the head coach of the NBL1 for your Maitland Mustangs. And high IQ and just a lot of great humble words to say about his players and the progress they've put in and the work they've put in. And it shows here, being in this situation, going up against a really resilient North Bears team. On North have a lot of young athletes that are just competing at a high level. Players like Mikey Young, the Energizer Bunny, the engine of this team. Someone that can really score off the dribble, catch and shoot, but sets the tempo and runs the offense for Brooke Pierce. And has been reliable and filled in for our NBL1 team when we've been needed most. And then the Morgan twins, and then you got players like Josh Payne, an instant bucket, someone that's athletic, can get to the rim, can catch and shoot. And then you got BJ. Who we got on BJ, James? Ben Jerome.
Yeah, Ben Jerome. He's just like the heart and soul and energy, and I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. Ben Jerome, he's always so vocal out there. Even when he's on the bench, he's like having a third coach. That's the great thing about Ben Jerome. He's one of the older players on this youth league matchup.
Yeah, like a Udonis Haslam or a Nick Collinson, someone that's been a part of this program, or a North Junior for a while. So gets his team going vocally and then on the court. Showcases the fact that he can play defense at that small ball big, can stretch the floor, and really trying to work on his defense, and really has improved on that. So look out for our North to have a great game against this Maitland Mustang team, James. It's going to be a ping-pong match, neck and neck, high intensity, high level here in the beautiful heart of the Hills District on a Saturday afternoon, late morning.
Early afternoon. Garen, just while we have a chance, let's have a little bit of a look back at what happened last week. So, of course, the Bears finished second seed in the Waratah Youth League competition. So they had the week off, but meanwhile, Maitland Mustangs played out a thriller up at the Federation Square, I think they call it, the stadium.
The Mustang stable.
Yeah, the stables, baby. They had a massive game, only edging out Hills by not 5 points, not 4 points, not 3 points, but 2. Kai Faber hit a clutch 3 in the corner to edge them in front. It was a real neck-and-neck game the whole time. But Maitland Mustangs, they showed that they've got that clutch factor, that X factor that you need in the finals, you know, to keep your composure, especially for a lot of these players quite young. Keep your composure, hit those big shots.
Listen, one thing country teams have is camaraderie and chemistry because you're out in the country, like in the country area.
A lot of time on the road,
So a lot of time on the road, and you build that on road trips and on bus trips, going out to get food at petrol stations or whatever, the playlist you make on the bus trips to listen to. I don't know, it's all the small things that actually help you build that 1-2 punch, that chemistry, and it really works well. And it is, I was right, that is none other than Youth League for our Norths women, Lauren Walker checking in, and Tori, so I was correct on that. So good to see our Norths juniors supporting, and our Norths Youth League players supporting our Norths, and made the trip down from Maitland to support your Maitland Mustangs Youth League team. So 2 minutes left, 2 minutes and change left in what's going to be a really intense battle. Really intense chess battle. See some early timeouts called, see some changes on defense, see some presses run. Both coaches, both high IQ coaches going at it. So
and
it's going to be
Garen,
a feisty
with
game.
2 minutes to go, I've got to ask you, one player to watch, one big player to watch for the Maitland Mustangs.
Oh, none other than Billy Parsons.
Yeah,
24.
begins and ends.
You got to
VP,
give it. You got to give it,
MVP.
and ends with the MVP. He's absolutely killed it this whole season, and he was a big circle on the scouting report for our North Bears. I'm sure. No, not a whole lot of film footage to watch, unfortunately, because they didn't stream a lot of their games. But watching him fill out for the NBL1 has been great too. So Billy Parsons is someone you have to look out for off the screen, coming off catching shoots, coming on those hard drives. You really need to guard up on Billy Parsons early on in the game, and you can't let him get early. You can't contain fouls on him. I'm sorry, you got to contain and can't foul him early. So.
Yeah, and
it's going to be tough, James.
Meanwhile, my big player to watch for the North Bears is star guard Josh Payne. Now, he's going to be a star for the future, either for this North Bears team or in college. I mean, he's hyper talented, Josh Payne. I mean, don't let his size deceive you. He can get up. Of course, he's got junior college experience playing for South Georgia Tech out of Knox High School. They've got a great program up there, great stadium. And Josh Payne's been averaging 18 points for the season for the North Bears. So, pretty interesting. Best player for Maitland, big. Best player for the Bears.
100%.
And another big one's going to be Benny Gill. Yeah,
so
Benny Gill.
Starting lineups, good job on Ben Gill, James. I mean, Ben Gill starting at the big man position. Then you got Ben Jerome. And then none other than, we need this really huge. Buvak has had some great games. Buvak's going to be huge for us. And then
Mikey Jung.
None other than Mikey Jung. And then starting is the other twin, Lucas Morgan. Great to see Lucas Morgan getting the start. More of a defensive-minded player as opposed to his brother who likes to attack on offense. So not Lucas Morgan. Lucas Morgan coming off the bench. So it's going to be Buvak. It's going to be Jerome. It's going to be none other than Ben Gill. It's going to be Mikey Jung. And it's going to be Josh Payne.
And we are just moments away from getting started here at the Hills Basketball Stadium. Thank you for everyone tuning in at home. We are currently just waiting on a camera person to get this game started. So, Garen, I might jump behind the camera and see how we go.
It shows you how versatile our commentary team is. Not just the commentary team, but we've got a cameraman, James Moran.
And Mikey Jung controls the ball. Here we go. This semi-final in Waratah Youth Men is underway. Ben Gill controls the ball. A lot of high post action there.
Yeah, off to Buvak. Shot clock to 13. Finds it to the big fella. Can't connect on his rebound. But Maitland with the early defensive rebound. Pushing it in transition. High pace, like we said. On the transition basket, count it. And one early on here.
For Billy Parsons, I mean, we're talking him up a lot before the game. But ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't unnecessary hype. Your league MVP for 2022. He's having a great season, Billy Parsons. Wouldn't be surprised to see him suiting up for the NBL1 men later on.
Well, what a way to start your game. High intensity. You got to pick up transition early. Can't let Maitland get the rebound and full head of steam pushing in transition as Mikey Jung on offense here, James.
Yeah, a bit of full court pressure applied to him. Connor Edwards, a really athletic guard. Swings it to the corner. Payne, threes up.
Ooh. Great kick out. Corner threes are your best friend when you get that driving kick. 2 feet in the paint. None other than the MVP with the ball here. Feeding it to the big man in the paint. Going up against Ben Gill. Soft touch. Finishes off the glass. Great move there to start. 2 for 2.
J. Cole, for your eyes only, off the backboard there. Mikey Jung's going to try to set the offense up. Jeez, he plays at such a frenetic pace.
Yeah,
turns the ball over there. Maitland's going to push the ball the other way. J. Cole finds Billy Parsons in the middle.
Frenetic pace so far. Hey, from Maitland. North need to pick it up in transition. Quarter break there. Unable to connect. Finds
Ben
it to the
Gill.
big man in the paint. Has many options on the kick out.
Look
Spins.
at that footwork.
Soft touch. Connects with the soft touch. Great footwork there by Ben Gill. Beautiful footwork, James.
Jeez, and Garen, what a pace this game has started off with. Both teams looking really to run out, getting their sets early.
Did we not
J.
call
Cole.
it as it should be? It's a youth league finals or semi-finals. It's going to be high intensity. It's going to be high pace. All game long. First quarter started off with a high bang intensity. So kicks it off to Ben Jerome, James.
Yeah, they run a lot of those dribble handoffs of Ben Gill and Ben Jerome
Payne.
as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Ben Jerome, Josh Payne, yeah. 7 seconds on the clock.
And an ISO
Gets
here.
a late shot
Pulls
clock.
up. Ooh, off front
Front
ring
ring.
and rebounded by J. Cole.
Need to
And
get back
such
in
a versatile
transition
forward.
now. Yeah, James. We've got to get back on defense here.
And that is going to go North's way. So high intensity on defense. Geez, I think both coaches telling their teams to go out there, try to disrupt the other team. It's a final. There's a lot of nerves and energy in the area. And this is what happens, though, in finals. Both teams, game plans go out the door so quickly once the intensity is switched on.
Yeah, 100%. A couple emphasis has been find Billy Parsons for Maitland and their coach. And then for North, it's been try to find Josh Payne early, unable to connect on his third three here in 3 attempts. But what we're trying to get at is try to shut down Billy Parsons on defense. Don't let him get early transition baskets. Make them run their half-court sets as North's just trying to get the lid off the rim here. 2 to 5 here early on, James. But good intensity, so...
Yeah, Connor Edwards, Mikey Young. I mean, look at them. Such pocket rockets. That's going to be a great matchup defensively and offensively all afternoon. Billy Parsons in the post, playmaking. Such a skilled, big J. Cole finds Billy Parsons with the 3. Ooh, just rings out. Ben Gill with the rebound.
But you like their bigs playing in the post and looking for kickouts early on, not just our team. Ben Gill also doing it for our end too. So Mikey Young unable to contain the dribble, just a smothering defense of Maitland early on.
J. Cole finds Edwards. Ooh, bit of olive oil in the ring there. Nonna, what's going on? And that's going to go Bears' way. So 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Geez, both teams coming out with such energy, such intensity.
Such energies, wow, and you got to give it to it. Both teams coming up with a no let up, resilient attitude to start the game, to bring it out the gate, and that's what you want to see. And good to see Newcastle players tuning in from the baseline as well, checking it out. Shout out to Nicole Munger, who tuned in to watch our Newcastle Falcons as they are unfortunately lost. Cindy Comets, we got the strip here.
Here we go, J. Cole brings the ball up, hands it off. Here we go, the little pocket rocket looking for his options. They're trying to get to Billy Parsons in the post.
Another 3 with 12 on the shot clock. Maybe settling early here for 3s. Look to see him get 2 feet in the paint, drive it in and be aggressive. We've got Buvak on the floater coming up short, gets his own rebound. Finds it off to the big fella.
Work. Look at that footwork, pivoting, but finds Ben Jerome. Goes. They're going to settle it down here, the Bears.
Yeah, Mikey Young, 5 on the clock. Gets the dribble pull-up. Settles in rhythm. Comfortable pull-up there by Mikey Young. Settles into his shot. That's what you want to see. You don't want to rush your sets, rush your possessions. Gives you a chance to get back on defense. When you shoot it early rebounds gets the chance for Maitland to run it in transition. So
Billy Parsons, so important for this offense. They run a lot of high post action out of him. Bit of that Marc Gasol style, Andrew
5
Bogut.
seconds, yeah. Deep 3 here. Ooh, coming up short. Better defense there by North, forcing Maitland to get that late shot clock 3. That's what you want. Let him use most of the shot clock, For
both teams, you don't want to fall in love with the 3. I mean, live by the 3, die by the 3. I think that's what they say, Garen. And in a final, it might not work because, you got that nerves, got that intensity, that your muscles maybe seize up a little bit.
Yeah, the foul count shows for it. Unfortunately, we don't have stats here like we normally do on previous games, but the foul numbers show here early on. 1 foul being called all game, no free throws, so look to see him be aggressive. Look to see him get 2 feet in the paint, then look for kickouts. Look for the drive first, and if you don't have it, shooting options are always available. Shooters are always ready in rhythm, so...
Mikey Young playing some full court pressure.
Yeah, it's a Parsons-Young matchup here early on.
And that's an arm wrestle.
2 high, energetic, frenetic point guards going at it here in the Hills Hornet Stadium early on. So...
Here we go, big bad Billy.
Another 3.
Matthews.
Pulling up, no let up, no hesitation here from the players. That was from the red line, James.
Yeah, Ben Matthews, a former Central Coast Crusader, made his way up the Pacific Highway to Maitland to play this year. So good to see him getting an opportunity here. Of course, big shout out to his sister, Sally Matthews, I think it is, still playing with the Crusaders and starring. So
yeah, absolutely.
Word on the street is Maitland's going to try to recruit her next year, but that's all rumours, ladies and gentlemen, as Ben Gill goes into the post.
Finds it on
Benny
the kick
Jerome
out
a
to
spot
Ben
up.
Jerome. Much better kick out, much better look. Wide open three. If you're going to take threes and you're going to settle for threes, try to get 2 feet in the paint first. Look for open kickouts. Great look, good patience there, good follow through, BJ.
Oh, Billy Parsons get fouled by Josh Payne on the drive there.
So crafty on offense. Such a repertoire of moves, not just the threes, not just the transition offense. Using that spin move on the baseline and drawing the foul, James. So a handful and a lot to watch out for. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah, here at North, we're just such admirers of Billy Parsons. I can't wait to see him step up for more minutes for the NBL1
For
East
sure.
next year.
So Ben Jerome checking out, Lucas Morgan checking in. Giving an early breather here for Ben Jerome. Not happy, maybe on the defensive end just here, but look to see Lucas Morgan come in. Energetic, frenetic defensive player.
Gets the second one to go. Billy Parsons got such a soft touch for a big. Wow.
And what a luxury to have off your bench is such talent. Right, James? Both for your Norths and for your Maitland Mustangs. Not a shortage of players here. Not a shortage of talent at all.
Yeah, so we've seen Lucas Morgan check into the game, as well as James Beavis, brother of, I think it's Ryan Beavis, plays in the NBL1 team for the Mustangs. So the Beavis, a huge family for the Maitland Mustangs.
Shout out to the
producing a lot
Beavis
of
family,
talent.
yeah. You guys do great work and commitment to the Mustangs organization.
Back
so
in
great
the
to see,
corner,
right?
bang bang.
Another
It's
shot, another spot.
good.
That's what I mean. Same spot, same shot. Ball movement, 2 feet in the paint, kick out, great shot. That's what you want to see from both teams, just emphasizing that drive and kick mentality. And the MVP connects on another three. String music early on here.
BP, MVP. He shows it from all over the court, Billy Parsons. He's such a machine, and he's going to stay out there
Yeah, and we
play
don't need-
big minutes tonight as Buvak on the left hand. Tough finish, rises above, rises it in.
Thomas Buvak, and by BP, we don't mean BP oil. We mean the well-oiled machine of none other than Billy Parsons.
A well-oiled Mustangs as Ben Matthews. Such an important scoring piece for this Maitland Mustangs team, averaging 9 points this season. Normally the Robin to Billy Parsons' Batman.
Yeah, we talked about him. We also talked about Beavis, and we also talked about Markovic. So the
Mikey
triple-headed
Young.
Dragons. And then Mikey Young in that same spot corner, just coming up a bit long. But they're good looks. You just don't want to rush your sets and rush your shots. Be patient with it.
There we go, and
The extra
ball
pass.
is up.
Yeah.
Oh, James Beavis. Going to have to close out on him. He's a great shooter. But that man again, Billy Parsons. Wow. Brooke Pierce is going to need some Panadol after having to coach against Billy Parsons. What a headache he is in the paint for this North Bears team. Of course, North Bears missing the important Angus Ole, who would normally be a very important offensive and
Yeah, off
defensive
to the
big.
US, I believe. Off to the US. So Brooke Pierce is going to tighten his rotation and stick to the defensive five that can play it out here. It's all about defense. You need to rotate to the shooters and get to those extra passes. Good pass in the corner, extra kick out there to the 45. Unable to get it, but just ball movement and emphasis on that. It's going to be really key just to switch on defense. So.
And gets the second one to drop. Billy Parsons. Wow. You've got to keep him off that free throw line. That's how he's going to get in rhythm. But he's going to take a break now.
Yeah, good to have James back next to me, as he was just on the camera there for a couple minutes. But all good. Good to have James back here. And we got good to see Mikey Young.
Oh, no. Multi-talented, ladies and gentlemen. If you need a cameraman, give me a call. Here we go.
Yeah,
We're going to have
Isaac
Lucas
Testone.
Morgan slashing in. Ooh, almost gets the N1.
And Isaac Testone just matching up there with Mikey Young. Good to see Isaac checking as well. Another frenetic, young, athletic player. I mean, all these players are just so energetic. Go to the gym, hit the gym, get their workouts in, know how to play at a high-intensity level. And that's what this Youth League comp is here in this Waratah League. Beautiful league. And a lot of shout-out to our sponsors. You know, Soul Sports get a massive shout-out. Shout-out to Spalding, obviously.
Yeah.
None of this is possible with Spalding. Basketball Australia and BNSW, yeah.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Michael Milan, our technical producer behind the scenes, checking on all our sounds, our statistics, our graphics. So thank you to Michael Milan and the van back in Greenwich, just making sure that we're technically sound today. Lucas
Unable to
Morgan
connect,
is
yeah.
on the line. Morris College product on Morris North Shore, just across the road from beautiful North Sydney
Such
Oval.
humble athletes. Such humble athletes. Sister, plays for Davison as we all know, and then
Yeah,
brother on
Izzy
the Youth
Morgan.
League. Izzy Morgan playing for Davison, so unable to be here supporting the brothers, but just seeing playing here, high intensity
Got a bit
game.
of a mismatch here. Lucas Morgan's matching up on Billy Parsons. Hey, that's nothing on Lucas Morgan, but I tell you what, Billy Parsons is such a handful. But that's it. Billy Parsons, he's not the tallest, lankiest player, but geez, he's solid. He's kind of got that Al Jefferson game.
He plays at his own pace, honestly, and that's the hardest thing to contain. Players that play at their own pace and are unrattled to the defensive pressure or defensive presses. Can give it up when he needs to. Can take it to the rack.
Of which,
Speaking
Ben
of,
Gill using that pivot
Vintage
footwork, goes
big
the
with
right hand hook.
Yeah, coming up a bit strong. But he's an old school big. Doesn't settle a whole lot with the outside jumpers. Very old school big, and he's improved a lot on defensive switches and playing a lot quicker than his size shows. So.
Markovic goes, and that is good. Touch the backboard, Riley Markovic. Touch that.
Great move by Markovic. Impressive move, but not to rotate on defense, and Brook Pierce not
Mikey
happy.
on the pull-up, swirls it in. That's good. Mikey Young, if he can get that mid-range going, he is almost unstoppable.
Yeah,
He's got great elevation on his jump shot.
Both shots he's made has been off the dribble in rhythm. That's his best. That's when he's at his best. In rhythm, 1-2, stepping into it, and in the paint. Big fella.
Markovic going hard in the paint. Riley Markovic had a massive game last week. 16 points last game, averaging 11 points this season. Riley Markovic. Great 1-2 punch there with Billy Parsons.
We called it. It's going to be neck and neck. In rhythm, unlucky to connect Mikey Young, but it's going to be neck and neck. Don't want to rush those threes. You want to settle. You want to get your sets. You want to move the ball a bit. Settling a bit early gives Maitland Mustangs a chance to do what they're good at and run in transition. Like, that's their strength. And, like, ball movements, extra kickouts, rotations.
Or Markovic.
Bit of that set shot.
The set shot, baby.
Yeah.
We did call him the marksman in our pre-game show.
Yeah, the Mehmet Okur kind of shot. That's set
Riley
shot.
Markovic. He might be tall, but he can definitely shoot. Parsons with the screen, and they're going to call Lucas Morgan with the foul
Sort of
there.
like that Chris Anstey kind of shot. That big that can have that set jump shot. So shout out to Chris Anstey if you're watching this game. But yeah.
And we've got Mackenzie Morgan checking into the game, as well as Jesse Parker for the Maitland Mustangs. Buvak's going to come off. Got a nice 3 early on, Tommy Buvak. So he's going to be key for this North team if they want to get the win today. 4 points in at 1:30 to go.
4 points in it, and you got the chemistry of the Morgan twins on. You know they play really well. We've been able to watch their youth league games, this season games. They play really well when they're on the court together. It's something about that telepathy and that twins, that connection the twins have on the court. So you got to watch out for them in transition because they have that 1-2 punch and it's hard to guard.
Yeah, they have had that chemistry from the start. We're going to see Nate Chappell checking in for Ben Gill. Ben Gill maybe getting a bit of foul trouble there. Got a little bit of a cheap foul, so Nate Chappell's going to have to step in here.
A bit of a small ball lineup. I mean, he's quite tall and athletic, but he's not your Ben Gill in terms of the size, height, presence he can match up with these bigs, but adds more of the athletic, quick wing, so wing/big. So
here we go. The marksman on the line, Riley Markovic, got such a pure jump shot.
He does. He really does have a pure, unique shot, but like unable to connect on the second one. Commentators curse as we call it, but no. Pure as they get with that release. Quick trigger. Maybe not with a follow through, but yeah.
Jeez, and they're going to be call a moving screen there on Nate Chappell. Not a good start for the youngster, but Nate Chappell, very capable. Like, keep an eye out for him. He's very good at finishing in and around the ring. So 1:20 to go.
But shout out to
19.
Yeah, shout out to our officials that do make the calls here. As we got Marko Nikolic making the calls, as we got Tom March, and as we got Logan Bilby.
Billy Parsons going to work in the paint. Oh, just misses out on the end one. Jeez, Billy Parsons getting double teamed. It doesn't matter. He rises up and goes for it. Jeez, BP.
I mean, he's such a reliable player on offense. Bails you out in late shot clock scenarios. Do it yourself, kid. So reliable all season, and he's been an MVP for a reason. And Maitland Mustangs are in this scenario partly due, and hugely partly due to none other than Billy Parsons tearing it up. So
Hunter Nichols into the game now for the Bears. Lucas Morgan's going to take a seat. But while Billy Parsons is on the line, he's a Tamworth kid. They make him tough in Tamworth. And if that didn't make him tough, he is the son of former Newcastle Knights front rower Matt Parsons. So
in case you guys didn't know that, very niche fact, but in case you didn't know that, wow.
Yeah, so they're building big, the Parsons family. Of course, the MVP this year, averaging 25 points. Had 12 points in their last game, so quiet by his standard, but was enough to get the win over Hills. Mackenzie Morgan going downhill, finds Hunter Nichols.
Finds it off that hard drive. That's what you want to see. If there's a hard closeout, you want to see it put the ball to the deck. Hard drives and kickouts are going to generate your early offense. Or like,
Mackenzie Morgan, Hunter Nichols.
It's wide open.
Tickles the twine.
And bench loving it for a reason. Hard closeout, drive. Hard closeout, drive. Hard closeout, drive until you eventually get a wide open kick out. Good ball movement, good patience there. Didn't rush it by North.
Testoni in the corner, gets on to ring out.
Full head of steam on the rebound.
Kind of got that Iggy Mitchell flair to him.
Athletic Josh Payne draws the foul. No call, says the ref. Playing through it.
And Billy Parsons showing off his speed himself. Oh, BP Mustang can't get that one in.
On that one, yeah, but full head of steam, no contact here.
We're going coast to coast now. It's Hunter Nichols, heat check.
in transition, unable to connect. Maybe just settle now, get a good look. Both teams just playing a bit frantic there, unable to get the ball with Josh Bain, but 8 seconds, 7 on the screen with Billy Parsons. Find him on a hard drive, pull up, connects with 2 on the clock. Soft touch, slings it in. Beautiful shot there as Maitland's got a 22-17 leader in the first quarter, James.
Testoni putting a bit of pate on that cracker. That was a smooth finish there and a lot of traffic.
Such a patient drive. On a hard closeout, he's like, you know what, off a screen, I'm going to do it myself. And do it himself, he did. Like, off a good screen from Billy Parsons. And
yeah, so 5 points in at 17-22. Maitland Mustangs currently with the advantage. But, geez, we've seen such a frenetic pace out there for the North Bears.
Halftime? No, all good. Yeah, we got a frenetic pace here for your North Bears against your Maitland Mustangs, and just checking in your halftime. We didn't have stats here like we normally do in our previous broadcasts, but
I mean, at the end of the first quarter, 17-22.
And, you got 2 minutes. Checking in, it's been high frenetic pace, and Billy Parsons, what we expected here from Billy Parsons early on, dictating the offense for your Maitland Mustangs, and then dictating the offense has been the kickouts on threes. We saw Ben Jerome hit a 3 in the corner. We saw Buvak hit a 3 in the corner. It's going to be the high intensity level pace of us being able to drive and kick, run your sets, handoffs, generate good offense, extra passes, extra ball movement, extra kickouts. Is really going to get us open looks, and I'm sure that's what BP, not Billy Parsons, but Brooke Pierce is trying to dictate in his timeouts and in his huddles here, and defense. You got to really get back in transition, James, right?
And that's what you got to think out there, Garen, that foul trouble is actually going to really play a big part in this, because if you see players like Benny Gill fouling, that's going to make it really, really tough for the Bears. Bit short on bigs, as we said before. No Angasol this week. This game over in the US. So best of luck to Angasol. Congratulations on signing that college contract.
And stepping up has been Ben Gill. No Angasol, so Ben Gill. Again, it's always been next man up mentality for all teams in our North programs, because whether it's been injuries, players moving to college, we've had players having to step up, both in our NBL1 team and our Youth League squad. So it's going to be tough. Obviously, not having the Angasol is going to be tough, but we've got young players stepping up, and now we've got Lucas Morgan, Mackenzie Morgan stepping up. We've got players like Ben Jerome, who's been reliable all season, Mikey Young stepping up. So second quarter action about to start, 22-17. Your Maitland Mustangs really being resilient here. High energetic, frenetic pace early on here in a beautiful, beautiful Hills District, Hills Stadium. Here in the Hornets, what do they call it? The Hive, the Hornets Hive here. Yeah,
and the second quarter is underway in this Youth League semi-final between the Mustangs and the Bears.
Shout out to Renee Garland and Angus Burke.
Impressive, getting blocked there.
On the
Jesse
Parker.
There.
Yeah, shout out
Mikey Young running the pace, and one is
Mikey Young. Mikey, and one here in the Hornets nest. So yeah, just catching Renee Garland and Angus Burke on the baseline there. So shout out to our women's playing after against the Aubrey Wodonga Bandits against Lauren Jackson. So
Mikey Young out of Knox Grammar up on the Upper North Shore. Such a talented point guard. Got nothing but good things to say about Mikey Young. For anyone tuning in, especially Maitland Mustangs fans, Mikey Young definitely one to watch. And thank you for tuning in too.
Former Hornsby Spider, but really put in the work. Really frenetic pace, Energizer Bunny kind of play style. Really energetic, can set the tempo, shoot off the dribble. And can really dictate the offense here for our North. So
yeah, Testoni's look pretty good on those threes. They're just missing out, and Payne from the corner
just unable to connect on a 3, all 4 now. But just getting good looks here. They just
and how about that effort? How about that effort for Hunter Nichols? You know, he's one of the shortest guys out there, but he's playing with a lot of heart and tenacity. Yep. I'm going to say we've watched a lot of the Bears Youth League this year. Hunter Nichols can be sometimes a bit of a quiet player, but he does all the sneaky things that really help your team well.
Yep.
I mean, I know it's a cliche. He is a glue guy. Hunter Nichols is a glue guy, but don't let that fool you, because he can shoot too.
Yeah, so let's see what Brooke Pierce runs out of this out-of-bounds play. Is it going to be his box or his stack plays? Generate a little dump-off pass on a cut. We'll see what they run here, but Brooke Pierce loves his out-of-bounds play, and a good screen action overpowers it. Way too strong. Maybe had a bit too much time there.
And we've seen Ashton Proctor check into the game for the Maitland Mustangs. Big shout-out and a lot of respect to the Proctor family.
That was a great play, yeah. Good shout-out to the Proctor family. That was a great play on the out-of-bounds, just unable to connect. That's when you got to capitalize on those plays. And
the pin down's good for Markovic.
Markovic really stepping up. I'm telling you, none other than Billy Parsons. It's their running mates, and it's their role plays. It's being a star in your role, and it's been so good to watch you early
turnover
on.
here. Maitland's going to take the ball the other way.
Hunter
Proctor
Nichols.
goes up with the right hand on the left. Can't
Just
get
a
it.
show of hands
Mac
by Hunter
Morgan.
Nichols, forcing him to overpower. It gets Josh Payne in transition. Gets
Oh!
it up. 2 hands is Josh Payne to get him going on the rise. Flight
And
14 here, just taking off in the Hornets Hive. Wow. Flight 14. And that's what you want to see. If your threes are not falling, take it to the rack, run it in transition, and another block there. So good
Mikey
defense.
Young pushing the pace now. Finds that man Josh Payne again. He's going to go back to back
Ooh.
and dribbles into the baseline.
So,
but
yeah.
Bears will retain possession.
8:16 left in the clock. Out of bounds play again. They ran a really good play last time. Got a great look on that one off a screen action. Ran it on that 45, short corner, 45 sort of area. So
Yeah, 2 points in it. About 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Wow, what a game we have in our hand. And what an
screen
arm
for
wrestle.
Mikey Young. Got it 17 on the shot clock. Hard driving show. Gets it in. Kick out a bit strong. Turnover. Maitland Mustangs ball. Some minor details you got to pick up on, James.
It's in that situation. You might want to see Nate Chappell just go up. He's a great finisher in the paint, but of course, this Maitland defense is just suffocating there.
Picking up full court. That's what you want to see. When you got Hunter Nichols and Mikey Young picking up full court, that's the energy you have to play with here in the Youth League Finals.
Yeah, athletic
Don't
guards,
let up.
absolute hustler. North's playing a 2-3 zone here. That's a bit interesting. Maybe going to try choke the paint off. Got 3 guys marking up, and no worries for Markovic. Second go, third go, and it's
Unable
no
to
good.
connect on the Moses Malone, but that's what you want to see by North. Smothering defense, good wall up there. Josh Payne, unable to get the lid off the rim on these threes. Maybe a bit early. Hold that follow through. Just get your elbow corrected on that one. Just unable to connect here.
Going
Maybe
the other
get a
way,
couple
Kai
transition
Faber
buckets.
finds Markovic. Easy as you go. Right hand on the left. The marksman, Riley Markovic, in for the 2.
Listen, for shooters, sometimes the best friend is your free throws at the line to get yourself in rhythm, and maybe that's the best for Josh Payne. Just get himself to the free throw line a couple times on some hard drives and see if you can generate some free throws. He's a bit overzealous as Hunter Nichols.
Nichols with the right arm over, a bit of a leg skinner there,
coming
but
off
can't
is Hunter
connect.
Nichols.
We're going to see
Checking
James
back.
Beavers check in for Maitland Mustangs, and Tom Buvak's back in the game for the Bears.
Sorry, checking out is Mikey Young. Checking in is Thomas Buvak.
Yeah, and coming
Generate
off
some
is Kai
defensive
Faber
energy,
too.
yeah. Sorry, who was that? Sorry, I cut you
Yeah,
off.
sorry,
there.
look, I mean, you whoop-de-whoop. No cutting me off here, Garen. Kai Faber off the game, the shooter. Had a good little spell out there. If you can get that 3 going. Billy Parsons at the top. She's going to pull up straight away. Testoni, confident on those 3s. Love to see it from the youngster, Isaac.
Who hasn't been trigger happy today on these threes? Everyone's trigger happy today.
Oh, yeah, you
Maybe
want to show
move
off.
the ball a bit and get some kickouts. All our makes from 3 have been from good kickouts, and that's what you want to see. Can Josh Payne get the lid off the ring?
Yeah, just you
Struggling
were just
here
saying,
early.
Garen, everyone's a bit trigger happy out
Everyone
there.
is trigger happy. You want to see him move the ball a bit. Stick to what's working well, your layups, your kickouts. Don't rush your sets. Just be patient.
So we've seen Mikey Young, only a short rest there. Hunter Nichols is coming off. Nate Chappell is also off for the Bears. And we see big bad Benny Gill back into the game. Also, Will Mortimer's getting his first minutes of the night for the Maitland Mustangs, the centre out of Knox.
Listen, I know it's easy said than done, but a lot of shooting has got to do with mental aspect.
Beavers
As we
for
got
1, 2, 3!
As we got a 3 made, I was just about to say a lot of 3-point shooting has got to do with the mental aspect of it, so don't rush. Josh Payne is a very capable shooter. I remember in the Sydney Uni Flames finals, he hit 10 threes, so he's a very capable shooter. Trust him to make shots. There we go. Much better aggression, much better kick out. That's what you want to see. Much better possession, a much better kick out. Thomas Buvak, corner pocket 3. That's what you want to see.
Tommy
Don't
B,
rush your
he's
sets.
so effective on those spot up 3s. If you can just find him, try to look for him. Brooke Pierce, I'm sure, trying to get plenty of shots for him.
Was that a much smarter possession, or was that a much smarter possession?
Billy Parsons
come on now.
passing so well out of the post. Oh, jeez, he's just going after everything. Billy Parsons, that's the X factor for you. It's the effort, the energy, but also the team play, as we're going to see Connor Edwards, the point guard. He's going to resume his arm wrestle with Mikey Young back into the game.
Yo, if any of you coaches watching the footage back on this, just know the good shot selections and the makes you got were of smart positions, high IQ plays. Drive, kick, 2 feet in the paint. Josh Payne did it really well in that last possession. Find your shooters in rhythm on catch and shoot, as opposed to jump off the dribble jump shots. Haven't been falling well for us. Just gotta be
It's a
patient.
sloppy pick up there. Would have liked a good catch. Ben
Gill in the paint.
What a handful.
Old
the guillotine.
Big, finds it on that show and go. Gets it in the Buvak. 11 on the clock. Heavy shot, hard drive. gets it on the fade, no contact, as it was a straight wall up there. But
And Maitland will take the ball the other way. Great matchup down in the paint there. Will Mortimer and Ben Gill. Again, Ben Gill is going to have his hands full all night. There's so much depth at that centre position for the bigs for Maitland Mustangs.
yeah, you don't want to see the ball getting stuck to your hands too much. Good kick out there by Ben Gill. He gave it off early. You want to see quick ball movement here, but finds it none other than.
Parsons distributing so well. Matthews short on the three.
So the MVP showcasing his post touches there on the kick out. His post playmaking ability there on a great kick out. Unable to connect, but Mikey Young on a much better shot there by Josh Payne. Still unable to connect, but that was a much better look there.
Kicking the ball ahead. Maitland Mustangs looking to push the pace. Just under 5 minutes to go. 25-29. In the corner is Edwards. Sorry. Edwards. The corner three is
wow.
good.
Bang, 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 bang. Connect 4, whatever they call it. Connect 3. But listen, we're positive on this commentary here, and we like to see players just hunt good
And
shots.
Mikey
and
Young.
positive as Mikey Young.
With the basket and the harm. Staying
Much
aggressive,
needed.
Mikey Young. Not just a shooter. Uses that quickness, that speed to get into the paint.
Much needed, and a somewhat sigh of relief when Mikey Young's hitting those. We need to generate some offense, and it's either going to be Mikey Young or it's going to be Josh Payne, and we'll see to finish the game. Could it be one of the Morgan twins stepping up, but consistency is key to finish the game.
Yeah.
Consistency on defense and then consistency on just moving the ball and hunting good shots.
J. Cole back into the game.
Yeah, and we don't mean your musical talent, J. Cole. J. Cole being a part of your Mustangs program for a while, so.
Yeah, but did not play college basketball in Canada. Don't get him confused with the other J. Cole. 4:20 to go in the second quarter.
On the floater, a bit strong there. Rebound, Mikey
Young.
Young. Full head of steam, pushes it in transition. Off the
Looking to stay
Buvak,
aggressive.
gets the foul call.
That's what's
Good
so
aggression.
impressive about Tom Buvak. He always seems to be in great control of his body. He's got great composure attacking the ring. But I think we're going to have a jump ball called, not a foul.
Turn of events there, but that's what you want to see by Mikey Young. When you get a rebound, you have to push it before Maitland's being able to set their defense. So you have to push it before defense gets set. Push it in transition, try to get layups, generate layups, and if you don't, 2 feet in the paint, kick out, and that's what you want to see. Early on here, 28-32, still a 4-point game here. Mikey Young on that aggressive defense. This matchup we've been seeing with Mikey Young all game, so.
J. Cole using his physicality to get the 2, makes it 28-34 here. Tom Buvak getting a bit of full court pressure. James Beavis, a great defender, but screened there by Ben Gill.
Finds it off to Mikey Young, 14 on the shot clock. Hands it off to Morgan. Gets it back in the corner. Josh Payne, can he get one to go? Just unable to connect. 0 of 7 now from 3.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Payne, you got to close out on him, but yeah, taking a lot of threes out there, Jay
Sometimes
Payne.
you just want to see him put the ball to the deck. Showcase what he's really good at as we got a post
Yeah,
touch.
Mortimer with a great pin down there and a lovely little hook.
Yeah, Will Mortimer doing a great job. But with Josh Payne, you want to see him put it to the deck a couple times. They're showing on that hard closeout. Like, be confident enough to drive in. I know they got Big Zach and Wall up really well on defense, but like we see here, just put the ball to the deck. No foul call, but you much rather than him settle for threes,
The
right?
Mustangs fans really riding Josh Payne up.
Yeah.
I think they've done their homework. They know he's an effective player, so trying to get in his head a bit. The Maitland
Massive
fans.
work on the scouting report. And shout out to their defense early on. That's what gives them this 8-point lead here early on. As we do have a big 3 by none other than James Beavis, the running mate, hits a much-needed 3. And a timeout by Brooke Pierce. What a call. What a 3. And wow.
They call him Beavis for a reason. Jeez, James Beavis, the whole Beavis family, so hyper-talented. Getting a lot of noise here. The Maitland Mustangs fans, they got a lot to be happy about. It's a 9-point game at 28-39 as the Bears have taken a timeout. Try to stem this run a little bit.
Hey, but what's going to be the turn of events for our Norts? We really need to flip the switch, whether on defense or just changing the shots and momentum for our Norts. How do we change it up? Because right now our offense isn't working with these early offense threes. We need to get the handoffs, the screen and rolls, the drives, the offense that's been working well all game. We need to continue and build that momentum, James. So
yeah, it's going to be really important for the Bears not to throw away their game plan. Brooke Pierce is a mastermind on the sideline. I think it's really important you stick to your plan. Don't get stuck in ISO ball. Keep moving the ball around because this Bears team's got scorers all over the court.
Currently in this chess battle, it's been sacrificing your pawns early to get to that queen, but you know what it is? It's just going to be that defensive momentum change, and that's what we need here. Just like to guard early, that half-court defensive traps we've been trying to build, and then Feed it through some hands. Don't let the ball stick. Glue hands are very common here early on. Rotate, move, driving kicks. All our made threes, or majority of our made threes, are being off driving kicks and good looks. Finding shooters in rhythm, catch and shoot, making sure they're like hungry hands. What do they call it? Hungry hands for your shooters. Shooters in pocket, shooters in rhythm. So, yeah, look to see Josh Payne just be a little bit more settled on offense.
Yeah, run some actions for him. You don't want to see that ISO. I think Josh Payne works really well in a team system. You know, cutting off the ball, catching, shoot. Mikey Young get the skill from the screen from Ben Gill.
Off to Ben Gill, finds it to the corner, but would like to see him go to work on that one in the paint. What about the mismatch there?
Benny Gill, the mid-ranger. Oh, the mid-range is still alive here. J. Cole skies for the rebound. Jeez, always looking for the kick ahead, Maitland.
Gave up a post shot for a mid-range. Would have liked to see him go in a post, but Ben Gill's very capable of hitting that. Very capable of hitting that, but just don't give up a mismatch for a mid-range on that one.
And
finds
getting
it off the
screen, J. Cole.
Long drive there. Ooh, unable to get it, but 2 free throws here for J. Cole.
So this is a real lethal backcourt for the Maitland Mustangs team.
I mean, anyone that comes on off your bench from Maitland is just going to bring in a lot of experience, a lot of youth, a lot of energy. And if you're a coach, you're not losing a whole lot when you put on your bench players. Not losing a whole lot at all.
They play with so much spirit, this Maitland Mustangs team. You can see how much this game means to them as J. Cole misses the first free throw. So J. Cole from Orange originally, a product of Hunter Sports High.
Yep.
Made the journey a little further north up to Maitland to play in this youth league team as well. So J. Cole has been so integral for this team this year.
Nah, he's really versatile as a big, super quick and finish around the rim. And you're just showing early on here, being able to attack the basket, coming off that screen and roll actions and just dump offs. And Josh Payne, much better. What you want to see?
And one.
Scoop to the hoop, the roll, more aggressive and not settling for a throw on that one. Much better.
Yeah.
Hopefully this free throw gets him in rhythm here. So the Josh Payne we know more of, being able to attack the rack and finish with the contact, physicality, just like, what do they call it? Strength over, just wow.
Yeah, he's averaging 18 points this season, Josh Payne. Such a lethal scorer. So that's made it into a 8-point game here at the Hills Indoor Sports Centre. We've got just under 2 minutes left to go until the halftime break. Carter's on baseline. They've been doing it all day. Isaac Testoni couldn't get the threes going, but that's what you like to see. Those baseline cuts. Get your shooters in rhythm. Josh Payne pulls up. Can't get that one to drop.
He was definitely game day ready, and I'm not talking about our sponsors. Shout out to Game Day. But he was game day ready. Came into this game, scouting report. Both coaches did their scouting reports done early, and they were both game day ready, and they were both actively changing their defense. Shout out to our sponsors, Active Change. So good job here.
1:30 to go in until the halftime break. 10 points in it. Mikey Young looking to stay aggressive.
Oh, the high banker. The Rajon Rondo, a high banker, gets a scoop to the hoop on that one.
I know.
A lot of English. Not a lot of English, but a lot of high arc on that one. Great shot there by Mikey Young.
Pistachio scoop there. Nice one by
Finds
Mikey
it in the
Young.
post to J. Cole. Up against BJ. Wall up. Ooh, and Josh Payne with a late foul.
Pretty decent defense there from Ben Jerome.
It was.
Of course,
Good initial
J. Cole,
wall up, but
very
Josh
physical
Payne
player.
committing the foul, yeah.
And we're going to see that man, J. Cole, back onto the line.
And checking in your MVP, Billy Parsons. Just for these last few seconds here, last few minutes and 10. Just to check on, finish off the half on a strong note. And that's what you want to see for the coach. No let up. No let up mentality. That's what you want to see in the youth semi-finals here in the beautiful district of the Hills. It's going to be a great weekend, James. For anyone tuning in, please stay back as your Aubrey Wodonga Bandits. Yes, your Lauren Jackson, your Unique Thompson, your Yamada. Taking on our North's NBL1 women, James. Yeah, well, it's going to be a great matchup.
A massive matchup. Jump over to the NBL, nbl1.com.au/east if you want to stream that game. But stick with us here on YouTube as we've got a great game to go. 1 minute to go until the second half. Bears looking to stabilise things.
Trying to find BJ
the
in the post. Gets it off to Buvak. Does not hit the three, but late shot clock scenario there. Gets it off here now. 48 and change left on the clock here. Finds it on the screen action, yeah. Finds it in the post.
Danger man.
No foul, but gets it to go, yeah. Just way too easy.
And Billy Parsons makes it look easy out there.
When Ben Gill's off, you don't have your Angus Ole as your backup, or you don't have Ben Gill as your backup. So Ben Jerome's being your backup. Not as tall, but trying to match up physically against Cole, against Parsons. It's going to be a tough match up the rest of the half here, James. So
yeah, Riley Markovic in for the last 35 seconds of this quarter and the half.
Let's see what set North's run here. 30 seconds, plenty of time in the game. 19 on the shot clock. Yeah, finds it off to Mikey Young on a BJ screen and roll. Ben Jerome screen and roll. Finds it off another action off to Buvak. 10 seconds. Gets it to go. Ooh.
And they're going to call that foul on the floor. Buvak drawing a bit of contact, attacking the ring.
Does it give time for Brooke Pierce to run an out-of-bounds play? Yes. Timeout, and it does. Perfect timeout here by Brooke Pierce. Brilliant timeout. Love it. The mastermind basically trying to sacrifice more of his pawns and see if he can win this chess battle here in the final few seconds. But see what he runs here. See what out-of-bounds play he runs here to generate a quick hitter. Not a lot of time on the clock. 14 seconds. Actually, that's plenty of time. What am I saying? Yeah. Plenty of time, sorry, on the reset with the foul. But, yeah, and then hopefully use the most of that 14 seconds to give not a whole lot of time for your Maitland Mustangs to then get a generator play with about 6 seconds, 7 seconds, hopefully. So, or a quick hitter.
Going to be really important for this Bears team to try to get this basket. You know, Maitland have been on a bit of a run here. They've turned it into an 11-point game. Bears looking a little shook out there, but full credit to the Maitland Mustangs. They've really come to play, and they've just got that extra X factor to them. Yeah, I
think when you make the trip down and stay overnight at a hotel, build that camaraderie, go to a team dinner the night before, watch a movie, watch some film, get that team camaraderie, you come the next day pumped with energy, with vibes, with exuberance. And it's showing here with the way they're playing early on. Shout out to Billy Parsons. Shout out to J. Cole. Shout out to Markovic. Shout out to Proctor. Everyone is coming with that, just that energetic mentality. And just everyone's chipping in. And you want to see that from our North's end too here to end the quarter and end the second half. And
and great to see it on both sides. You've got the Maitland Mustangs NBL1 women's team on the sideline, and a lot of NBL1 women's Bears players, at least the youth league team as well, supporting their teams. That's great. You love to see it. It just shows healthy clubs on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
20 seconds to go. Mikey Young's going to have the ball.
Finds it on the screen. Action with Ben Jerome. Yeah, going patient here. Trying to use the most of the clock. Pulls up and drills it. Rattles it home. Mikey Young, much needed 3 and took a lot of the clock off there. Only gives 5 seconds for Maitland to run the shot. Feeds it in the corner. Open kick out. Connects. And with the response, none other than, wow, Kai Faber. What? A 3-on-1 end, and then the late closeout leads to Kai Faber, ending it on a 47-36 half. Down 11 is our North Bears. Man. Up 11 is the Maitland Mustangs.
How about that? Kai Faber's still got ice in his veins from last week. Hit that clutch shot against Hills and far out. He's managed to maintain that form now. So good job by Kai Faber. 36 to 47, 11-point game unit as we reach the halftime of this youth
Kai
men's
Faber
matchup.
With the lightsaber, throwing it with the 3 in the corner pocket after a good response by Mikey Young. Tried to utilize most of the clock to not give a whole lot of time for Maitland Mustangs, but honestly the modern game today is running in transition, layups, drive and kicks. How to fill the lanes. A lot of coaches talk about that. Try to fill the lanes on that corner 3, that short corner, or run completely and then try to get that drive. So it's good to see both teams running and filling the lanes, and it's going to be a neck-and-neck pace in the second half also. It's frenetic, it's energetic, it's whatever you call it.
Intense. I think it's fair to say, though, that this Maitland Mustangs team has come up with just a little more energy. You know, they're really up for this game. The North Bears seem a little shell-shocked. Yeah. They've managed to keep it up because they are a quality team. A lot of talent out there. Yeah, it is.
It's frenetic, it's energetic, and it's how James likes his eggs. Eggs Benedict, so it's, what is it? Frenetic, energetic, Eggs Benedict, I don't know.
I think so, but right now the Bears looking a little more scrambled eggs, whereas looking very poached over there for the Maitland Mustangs. Smooth, good texture, really shooting well. So
but shout out to everyone joining us here in the beautiful Hills District. I mean, Hills with a rich history, rich culture, and a lot of times in previous years have run their Waratah League finals, their Youth League finals, their Youth 2 finals, and now we've had the privilege this season of having the NBL1 East season. So a lot of the teams that have made the trip down, shout out to Albury, shout out to Maitland, shout out to your Sydney Comets, your North Bears, your Manduranga Sea Eagles, your Sutherland Sharks, a lot of teams here, Central Coast Crusaders, a lot of teams making the trip down here in the beautiful Hills District on a rainy Saturday, early afternoon, late morning. So
Yeah, I mean, thank you to Hills for hosting this tournament. I mean,
And thank you for BNSW for putting in the dedicated hours, the unseen hours.
As much as we are Bears fans,
we love
I
all
mean,
associations.
yeah,
we love all associations, but shout out to my Shoalhaven Tigers.
Yeah, so
we love the Shoalhaven Tigers and we love the Townsville Heat. So
yeah, unfortunately, Shoalhaven Tigers just missing out on the Waratah semis and grand final this year, but always punch above their weight, the Tigers.
They really do.
Meanwhile, for my Townsville Heat. Oh, sorry, Townsville Fire. I always get the teams mixed up there. They're playing in the NBL1 North Grand Final. So congratulations to the Townsville organisation. It's a small city, but geez, they punch above their weight up there in the beautiful North Queensland tropics. So big shout out to my Townsville Heat, Townsville Flames, and Townsville Fire as well. We got the triple.
Shout out to Pete Stafford, just getting shots up here at halftime. But yeah, it's good. It's good to see this league grow. It's good to see the young athletes we're able to watch. The talent and the future of basketball in Australia, we basically get to witness here. On a night-in, night-out basis, we've been able to witness here in our youth league for our North. Now I have the privilege to watch live these Maitland Mustangs and a lot of the other teams being able to compete. So it's a great pathway for athletes to be able to showcase their talent, play in the NBL1, fill in for the NBL1 for both our North End and our Maitland Mustangs end. And it's a great chance for any scouts watching to see how these young athletes just showcase their presence here. And it's a treat, James. We've been lucky enough, privileged enough to be able to commentate. We're getting better as we go on with this commentary and this broadcast. We've been privileged enough here when being called by BNSW to be able to do these games. Unlucky on the Melbourne one, we didn't get the Melbourne call up, but hopefully with more experience and more time and more familiarity with the Basketball New South Wales program, we'll build camaraderie and connection with these guys here. And it's been a privilege and an honour to be here, a part of this wonderful weekend, packed full of basketball in the beautiful Hills District, James.
And Garen, just at the half of the Youth League matchup between the Maitland Mustangs and North Bears, it's 36-47. Garen, we're just going to take a quick 30-second break, have some water, but we'll be back in a second for the rest of the halftime show.
Yeah, catch James back in the halftime.
To have their halftime chat. Garen and I always put our heads together at halftime so we can broadcast to you better. And thank you to BNSW giving us some free lollies here on the sideline.
Shout out to our sponsors by Coles. Coles, your sponsors for your NBL1. Shout out to all our other sponsors today because it would not be possible without our sponsors. The University of Newcastle, Australia. Cedar College, New South Wales. University of Sydney. Shout out to USyd.
Yeah.
Soul Sports, your official partners of your referee apparel and your NBL1 season. Shout out to Spalding, your game day balls being used here. And then
they look great, hey. Yeah. The orange and black always give back.
Sports New South Wales, the voice of sports. Basketball Australia, and shout out to the Centre of Excellence program down there. And to a lot of the coaches that give and dedicate their time to the game of basketball.
And dream courts as well.
Beautiful.
I tell you what, Garen, if you got a bit of extra money to spare, get a dream court. I was checking out the website the other day, and they can build a basketball court anywhere, which is something I dream of.
And we need some active changes in defense in the second half. So shout out to our sponsors, Active Change. Allied Express, one of your sponsors of your Inner West Bulls here in the Waratah League. Game day. Are you game day ready today? Are you? Did you get your coffee in? Did you get your fuel? Did you get your pre-game feed? Did you get your energy in? Shout out to our sponsors, Game Day. Our apparel of our polo shirts today for your commentary. IA Athletic. Shout out to IA Athletic. And then shout out to, what is this one? Indigenous Basketball. Yes. I mean,
our North, we had great news.
Yeah, we have our Indigenous rounds. Our North Bears won our Indigenous jerseys, so shout out to Indigenous.
Yeah,
momentum.
And we had great news during the week, Garen, that to mention. 2 weeks ago, it looks like the National Centre for Indigenous Excellence in Redfern was going to close down. Big basketball program there, but it's more about what they do off the court with mental health and it's supporting Indigenous youth throughout the Redfern district. They actually had their future secured during the week, so it was like they were going to shut down.
Nice.
So, look, I mean, congratulations and thank you to everyone involved in that process to keep the National Centre for Indigenous Excellence open in Redfern. So key for basketball in the area, but, you know, do so much more than just sport.
Yeah. Wow, that's awesome to hear. That's honestly such great news. And then shout out to Momentum Sports. You know, they do a great job as well. PCYC, I've been privileged enough to play in a few local PCYC comps around.
Yeah, PCYC,
New
same
South
as the
Wales.
Indigenous Centre. They just do such good work with youth. You know, that's it, Garen. Basketball gets youth off the streets.
It really
keeps
does.
people
Enough
occupied.
video games, my guys. Enough video games. Get off the screens. Too much screen usage. Find your local park. Get some pickup games in there. Get some energy generated. Here in the Hills District, there's so many pickup games happening. Find your local association. Get some basketball in your veins. And if you're watching TV, at the very least, watch something educational. Watch some basketball videos. Listen to us commentate. Watch these young gun athletes compete at a high level.
Yeah, get out to your local stadium.
I love what PCYC does, getting the young athletes off the streets, playing basketball, making them get their artistic elements out there.
It's a bit of
doing
everything
stuff
for
outside
PCYC.
of it, whether you're involved in music and you love your music, whether you're an athlete involved in athletics, whether you're involved in arts and you like to paint and draw. Get your creative flow out there, and that's what we promote here.
Yeah,
Here at
PCYC is so massive. And, I mean, if you can't get down to your PCYC, why not just get a dream court built in your backyard? You'll become very popular very quick, just like that episode of The Simpsons where they build the pool. If you get your dream court, become very popular and much better at basketball. And while we're on that, Garen, we're actually talking to the father of Lucas and Mackenzie Morgan. He was telling us that, I think it was in under 14s or 16s, both the boys didn't even make the North Bears team for rep. But it goes to show hard work, dedication, and putting in the hours.
What happened that year? I think one of them...
Well, they ended up in Inner West.
Yeah, they both ended in Inner West, and there was one roster spot. And because they're both twins, there was one roster spot, and they rotated. One game Lucas will play, the other game Mackenzie would play. One game Lucas will play, the other game Mackenzie will play. Interesting. And now seeing him in the BNSW ranks, representing BNSW, and now playing in the Youth League semi-finals at such a young age, brilliant. And shout out to their sister, has done a great job. Izzy Morgan representing Davison Wildcats, a sharpshooter. So hopefully when she finishes college, get to see her back in the black and red. And also in the black and red is your Maitland Mustangs, up currently against our Norths, 36-47. Second half about to check back in the energetic, frenetic, no let-up mentality game here in the Hills.
Yeah, Peggy Shell in the building, MBO1 star.
Yeah, wow.
So it's 36-47. All got ahead of us in this Youth League men's semi-final.
Best of luck to both teams in the second half. Let's get it.
I know. If you've tuned in at a great time for a great game. I mean, should have been here earlier, but I tell you what, now is the time to really tune in. It's been a bit of an arm wrestle. Maitland, I got to say, have the momentum at the moment, but of course, Brooke Pearce always so good at resetting his team, getting them to refocus, back to basics.
Who else on the great baseline? Former Youth League coach for our North Bears, Daniel Kim, talking to one of our Youth League players, Ashani Mascara, and NBL1 fill-in has been for us. So shout out to Daniel Kim, DK, the brilliant basketball mind.
Did a great
last
job
season for our North Bears, and now for your Inner West Bulls, falling short in the NBL1 season.
Here at the Hills Basketball Stadium, we got Benny Jerome looking to get some space in the paint.
So starting the second half, small ball. No Ben Gill. Starting off with BJ James.
Yeah,
small ball.
Let's see what that looks like. I think BJ might be a great matchup for Billy Parsons, BP versus BJ.
If you're going to experiment here in your Brooke Pearce, now's the time to experiment with your lineup because it's lose or win here. It's win or lose, go home. So, win or go home.
Lucas Morgan's going to match up on Billy Parsons. Jeez, what a headache. He's going to be having nightmares about
and
him
this matchup's been here all game. Mikey Young,
that is Edwards looking to attack. Gets stuck.
What a matchup it's been, the Edwards-Young matchup. The guards going at it. Good wall-up by BJ, not fouling. On the rebound is Morgan. What a rebound, what a wall-up there. Pushing in transition is Buvak. Finding it to pay in the much more aggressive take. Ooh, unable to connect, but that's what you want to see. That intensity, that no let-up drive there, not settling for jump shots. Buvak here on defense,
Billy Parsons going to hold the ball up, settle down his Maitland Mustangs team. Looks like the Bears are running with a man, but a little bit of zone elements, looking to play some help defense.
Better defense to come out the gate, James, right? Much better intensity.
Morgan
finds a wide open
up.
Lucas Morgan, connects. Rattle, and the family loving it on the baseline as it's a much-needed 3. Down 8 now on North Bears. On the dribble, picking up is BJ. Off in action, Josh Payne on defense here.
Yeah, James Beavis hands it to Parsons, looks for the dribble handoff. Kai Faber, such a good shooter.
Great
Can he
defense.
get going in the second half?
No foul call.
Yeah, just stumbled over him there. Billy Parsons in the paint with a bit of a mismatch
good
on Lucas Morgan.
There by Morgan coming
Morgan
up
showing
low.
that heart and tenacity.
I was just about to say, good D, better offense, as that shot was quite straight. But great closeout there by Morgan, building us momentum early on with the three, the stop. Can we get some baskets here? That's going to be the big momentum change here, James.
Yeah, and Garen, that's, really coming out of the gates firing here, 39-47.
Frenetic pace, right?
Yeah.
Frenetic, energetic, defensive-minded, and then on offense, just fueled by your defense, and defense is going to win this game. So
yeah, defense wins championships, as Bill Belichick says.
Kick
Mikey
out
Young with
to
the
Mikey
three.
Young. Oof, got to jump out my seat there. Great look, great kick out. Just be a bit more patient on those releases, but they're good looks here by North early on. And even for Maitland Mustangs, just try to make it tough for their end, and it's been great.
Yeah, kicks it out, looking to stay aggressive here
Screen
in his
and roll
favour,
action.
but finds it back for Ben Matthews.
On an old school screen and roll action, finding him on that back cut, that little short corner dump off pass. Great soft touch over a good wall up there, so persistence pays.
Here we go, Lucas Morgan, three's up. Oh, just misses. That looked good from here, but Tommy Buvak's going to get the rebound there, swinging around to Mikey Young. Mikey Young waiting for the screen from BJ. Can't find him on the roll.
Josh Payne here gets it there. Late shot clock. Can he finally get one to go? Still unable to connect.
Yeah, it's a bit cold.
Defense there, forcing the shot clock to run out by Maitland Mustangs. Good job there by Maitland on defense, just smothering.
You got to think for Josh Payne, maybe the crowd's getting to him a bit, the nerves of being in such an important final and against such a suffocating defensive team that is the Maitland Mustangs.
Again, this matchup here.
Yeah, Connor Edwards, the floor general really. Swings it across, Buvak marking up. And looking for Billy Parsons. Payne going to be an offensive foul. I think they called that one on Ben Matthews. Maybe a bit of an illegal screen there. Yeah. So that's a good win there for the Bears. 10 points in it.
Tom Marsh on the call there, saying, no, that's going to be North's ball on that one. But good call there by Tom Marsh.
And a bit of full court pressure, yeah.
Good senior officials here. Good call up by our officials, getting a tough game here. So best of luck to our officials all round here on the weekends. Best of luck to our officials, our score bench officials, as Mikey Young on a step back, unable to connect. Falling a bit long. You don't want to fall in love with these jump shots too much. On that first play, you saw Josh Payne on an aggressive drive, and now we're just settling too much. Stick to what works well for you if you're the North Bears. Yeah,
Billy Parsons just almost having his way in the paint there. Lucas Morgan's really got his hands full. Look, again, we're talking to the father of the Morgans earlier today, and he was saying
very
that
humble.
It took a while for them to get their growth spurt on, but now look at it. You got Lucas Morgan marking up on Billy Parsons. What a handful.
Yeah, and their play styles really matched up with their body size. There's a foul there. Speaking of...
getting physical in the paint, BP.
Speaking of, but, you know, good wall up and then just dropping his arms last second. As the other of the twins, Morgan checking in.
McKenzie.
But Marko Nikolic on the foul call there. An experienced referee has been part of this BNSW rank, so experience pays in these games here, and you want experienced referees. You want referees that have the confidence to just step it up, and they have, and so has our score bench officials, and so has our players. So shout out to Spalding, the sponsors here for your NBL 1 season, and then for your Waratah League, rocking the pink with the Spalding jerseys. With the Spalding uniforms.
And then shout out to Pegasus and Hoop to Hoop, the apparel sponsors of both teams. BJ finds Mikey Young. Mikey Young, such a floor general.
Off the
BJ
handoff,
loves these dribble handoffs.
Off to Buvak, off to Mikey Young.
And there we go.
We've got another call here.
Yeah, Ben Jerome managing to draw the foul from James Beavis there.
And our third official, Logan. So we've had a call from every official now, from every angle. First we had Marco, and then we had Tom Marsh, and now we got Logan Bilby. So with the slick haircut.
And Garen, we'll see what the Bears run here. Brooke Pierce, known to be a great inbound play coach.
Yeah, which coach doesn't love their inbounds plays? It's a great opportunity to get a quick hitter, quick play, quick shot. Just as long as you don't turn the ball over.
You can see the Bears really looking for that Ben Jerome, Mikey Young pick and roll action. Pretty lethal.
TCOB, taking care of the ball. TCOTB, taking care of the ball. You really need to emphasize that, making passes and plays without turning the ball over. Don't allow Maitland to get transition offense. This is Mikey Young on a little flip pass. Finds a late shot clock.
Buvak slithers through.
Hard drive. A little bit too soft, but yeah, James.
Buvak just gets to the ring so easily. He's got great pace. Don't let his size deceive you. But back to that pick and roll action from Mikey and Ben Jerome. He's trying to run that bit of a triangle almost with Buvac as the shooting option.
Honestly, that's just what you want to see. A couple
and here
Steve
we go. We're
Nash.
going to see Buvac run this pick and roll.
No, that's what you want to see. A couple Steve Nash and Murray Stoudemire pick and rolls where you got your big driving hard, cutting hard to the basket. You don't want to settle too much, and a good take, but rebound here by Maitland Mustangs, James.
Yeah, Ben Matthews pushing the pace, finds an outlet, gets the ball back. He's going to, oh no, look for Billy Parsons in the paint. Goes to work, gets fouled. Jeez. I'll tell you what, I think Brooke Pierce has had a whole packet of Nurofen just in this first half. Trying to think about how do you contain league MVP Billy Parsons.
Yeah, or some Valerian root tea or something just to get his headaches out of the way, because Maitland came out this half with the right mindset, being up 10. So did North to generate those first few minutes, but then they just settled for jump shots in their little haphazard offense. You want to run your sets, you want to move the ball, you can't let the ball stick too much. Get those screen and rolls actions like you talked about, James. So, and we've got Billy Parsons, MVP at the line. Yes, we're going to keep saying MVP because what a season he had as Mikey Young on the rebound here.
Yeah.
Finding it off to Morgan. Get some good offense here. Generate some sets. Move it around a bit.
Brooke Pierce screaming at his team a little earlier just to move the ball. Keep that ball movement up. Bit too much ISO stuff going on.
Screen action
Mac Morgan
finds Morgan on a hard take. Family loving it. And that's a great move, James. 9-point game. Plenty of time. 5 minutes and change here in the third quarter.
Yeah, we don't just say Brooke Pierce is a genius coach for no reason. That ball movement immediately paying off for the Bears. Getting the easy two there.
Yeah,
9 points in it now.
As is Callum Wade for your Maitland Mustangs.
And blocked there by Ben Jerome, but we're going to have a foul as Ben Matthews went up for the layup.
Not happy at all as Ben Jerome, but both teams are smart. Callum Wade, Brooke Pierce, smart coaches. So coming out is Ben Jerome, a foul you didn't want to see. Unlucky on the call there, but Ben Gill adds some big size and presence here with 5 and change, third quarter. 2 at the line for Maitland Mustangs. This is going to generate some momentum if Maitland hit both of these, give them an 11-point cushion.
Matthews on the line, a former Central Coast Crusaders Youth League player. He's averaging 10 points this season. And fun fact about Benny Matthews, loves his country music and his rugby league, mate. So good to see Ben Matthews starring out there. Comes from a great pedigree, the Matthews family.
Great pedigree, great family, great athlete, great young gun, ton of experience. Central Coast ranks and now in the Maitland uniform. So great job from Maitland securing it. And
rattles out.
Good looks here by North, just on that 3 there. But
still looking to push the pace here. And there we go, Matthews slows it down.
And that matchup of Mikey Young. Here, we've got 13 on the shot clock. Finds it on the screen. Action, need to rotate early and get to the shooters. Yeah.
Edwards gets his own rebound, pops it up. Geez, two bites of the cherry there from Matthews. Sorry, Edwards showing great energy.
Quarter break there. North's ball. Really quarter break. Off that screen and roll action, your big needs to come out higher on that jump shot. You need to rotate. You need to get out there higher. Quarter break there because then he would have got his putback rebound. So North's ball, side out of bounds. What side out of bounds action are we running? What is Brooke Pierce running here?
Just in that little break there, we had Buvac check out. Hunter Nichols is back in. Had a really good first half. Very solid performance.
Yeah, screen
so
action
far.
with Ben Gill. Finds Ben Gill in the paint. 14 on the clock. Being patient with it. Footwork here. Gets a strong move, and that's what you want to see. Generate some inside baskets. Use your height mismatch there by Ben Gill.
And Maitland coming the other way now. She's running a lot of offense up there through Ben Matthews. Very versatile forward as Markovic trying to bully Ben Gill in the paint. But Ben Gill wins that matchup for now. Hunter Nichols is going to take the ball the other way. Swings it across to Mikey Young. Mikey going hard in the paint and gets rewarded. Mikey Young.
Mikey Young, good fake and drive. Good show and go. Get 2 feet in the paint. These are the shots Norths need to generate more of to finish the game off. Find your kickouts later. This matchup here again of Mikey Young.
Yeah, Connor Edwards has just been like such a pit bull out there, and he stays aggressive. And the ball's going to go the other way. I think they called it.
Harry call. I was just about to say a good change of pace there, but referee calls carry ball on that one. So,
and Darren, it's now time to check in with your Soul Sports momentum meter, and I think it's just pushing towards Norths a little bit at the moment.
It is now. Look to see Maitland call a timeout here.
We've had a few stops.
Yeah, with the 40 seconds, 3:44. Look to see him call a timeout if this bleeding doesn't stop. But yeah, North's momentum our way. Back to the big fella in the paint. Keep going at it. Finds a much better kick out for Buvak. A much better kick out. String of music.
String
music for number 19.
Just teases the net coming through end over end there. You can see that beautiful Spalding ball. And J. Cole's going to look to be aggressive the other way. Another stop for the Bears.
Stop here.
So important, so important.
Momentum's going to be huge here. Hunter Nichols hit that 3. Feeds it off to Mike Young. Another post up and kick out. 16 on the clock.
And Maitland gets the turnover, pushing the pace here. Wow, great take by Markovic. Gets denied, and there you go. Bail out for Maitland Mustangs. Of course, it was a foul. I'm not trying to say that it wasn't, but they really needed. They're really going to need these free throws here.
Ball here. We've got 2 shots, maybe on the putback. Morgan with the foul, but hey, 4-point game. It's been like last 2-3 minutes are end. Great look, great kick out. Been a momentum building here. Who you got on J. Cole? What do you have on J. Cole, James?
Oh, we've got a lot on J. Cole. I was just going to say that Will Mortimer's checked in, so looks like J. Cole's going to have to come back
after a timeout, we got J. Cole 2 free throws.
Wow, and thank you to BNSW. Just dropped off 2 Mars bars for us, so thank you very much to our support team here, doing such a great job here at the finals. It's a big weekend. 48-52, 4 points in it. North Bears, good little resurgence there with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, I was just going to say, much needed time out here for your Maitland Mustangs. Try to change it up a bit. North's got momentum, stop the bleeding. After 2 free throws, look to see them change it on defense. I'm sure that's what coach is talking about. And then on our end, Brooke Peace is saying, hey, if he makes the second one, what sets are we running? How are we going to change it up? It is a chess battle. And right now, still both queens are intact. So how are we going to change it up on the defensive end if you're North? And how are they going to change it up on defense? See if they make the second one and they bring up the ball. So it's going to be a heavy chess battle matchup here. 3:02 left, plenty of time, plenty of momentum changes about to happen here. So it's going to be a hard, tough fought-out game, James. Yeah, it's going to be wire to wire, neck and neck.
It's been all heart and soul out there for the Maitland Mustangs. I really respect this Maitland Mustangs team. They play with such energy, such passion. That really means a lot for them. They're not just representing themselves, they're representing the Maitland and the Hunter community. And you can see they wear that with their pride on their sleeves, this Maitland Mustangs team. And that's reflected in the energy. They're throwing their bodies around out there, including this guy, J. Cole, who earns his way to the free throw line. Crucial free throws here.
Aerodynamic J. Cole, about to drop another album, and they're about to drop another 2 free throws here. So
he's on his way to Hollywood.
Ooh, next on the first one. I didn't want to jinx it.
Nice flick.
Got that European style of play as a paint player, and can really finish around the rim with his quickness.
Yeah, they've got great depth, this Maitland Mustangs team, especially in the bigs positions, and gets 2 from 2 there.
Both. So we've got Nichols on the ball carrier with no Mikey Young coming up there. So feeds it off to Ben Gill, off to Morgan. Doing a little action here on a handoff. Great action
curling.
Here.
See, Ben Gill's made such a big difference since he's been back on. That screen action, that post up. Mikey Young swirls it in and brings the Bears back within 3 points. This is great for Coach Brooke Pearce. 2 minutes 30 to go in the third quarter. So important.
Those are tough shots when you're coming off a handoff, stepping into it in rhythm, and a little poppish shot. Too open there.
Kai Faber. Not just a 3-point shooter. He's got a sweet stroke from all over the court.
But no rotation, no retaliation on defense. You can't have that. You can't leave him open like that.
Suffocating defense from J. Cole.
You need to get stops on defense. Mikey Young feeds it into the big fella.
The guillotine in the post. Looks to slice. Dice. Goes to his left and, it gets fouled in the process. Oh, jeez. Maitland's coach, not stoked about that. Callum Wade, of course, not too
very
pleased.
Reminiscent of that Pau Gasol play style in the paint. Very patient and poised with that footwork.
Yeah.
And really, really soft touch. And draws the foul here. Much needed free throws here. I was going to say KO free throws, KO freebies, but today's sponsors today, we have so many sponsors here today. So who you got?
And it's great, there's so many of them helping out. And Ben Gill has such a great season. He's played college, he's played a bit of everything. A great high school star back in his day as well. Played for Newington and went to Luther College in the US. So shout out to John and Jacinta. Surely very proud of their son, Ben Gill, playing in this finals game.
Isaac Testoni with the ball now.
4 points in it.
None other than James Beavis on the hard take. The show and go rattles out.
Olive oil on the ring as Hunter Nichols is going to take it the other way. He's racing down.
The olive
Josh
oil.
Payne, the spot up 3.
And he finally hit a 3. Still can't get off the lid off the ring. Honestly, one of these fell would have been a huge difference maker for Josh Payne. But look to see him show and go and drive in and be more aggressive.
Oh, J. Cole.
Drive, yeah.
No, wow. You got to love that from J. Cole.
Showcasing his athleticism, driving in, saying, if you're not going to guard me on the 3-point line, I can put it to the deck and be aggressive. And what a game he's had so far, James.
I mean, it's J. Cole showing that veteran experience that he has. Really stabilised the ship here, going back-to-back attempts at the free throw line. Slow the ball down, try to chip away, extend that little lead, because North's done a good run here. 4 points in it, 1:35 to go in the third.
Wow.
Yeah, Jake, he's really impressed me. I wouldn't be surprised to see him, if he hasn't already, so sorry if I'm wrong about this one, step up to NBL 1 action next year for the Maitland Mustangs team. Definitely see him in that team.
Very worthy, very capable of, and his showing shows. His game today shows big time.
Man,
I got a rebound by Morgan.
Got
pushing, 100%.
The crane jump shot, that beautiful origami crane.
We got Morgan off the Mikey Young. Yeah, the origami.
He's really playing high up the Maitland Mustangs team here. Mikey Young taking advantage of
drive,
that.
Extra pass, kicks it off to Morgan. Hold that. Follow through with a soft, kind roll. Much needed bucket. The family loving it on the baseline yet again.
And that just went off the back ring and just dropped in. Jeez, a little bit of shooter's luck there.
Wait, how did it go, James?
Oh, I don't mean to be immature there, but it did. It just plopped off the back ring. Here we go. J. Cole again. Goes to his left. Wow, caviar from J. Cole.
Is he patient with the footwork or what? Soft touch, soft finish. Taking a page out of Ben Gill's book here.
Yeah, J. Cole, the middle child, and Hunter Nichols.
Ooh,
rings out.
Much needed there, but like...
Man, a lot of olive oil in the rings here.
Yeah, caught a break there by Maitland. A lot of shots to spun out. 40 seconds. How can the teams finish it on the right momentum, right note? Hard drive and show here.
Really passes 2 feet in the paint.
Gets it on a little hop step. Rattles in. 30 seconds on the clock. North's really generate a stop or score here.
Hunter Nichols has been such a good stabilising factor since he's come on for the Bears.
Yeah, not going for the 2-for-1 here. Opting to use the most of the clock. Try to generate a good look here. Fades it off to Mikey Young.
Ben Gill wants it in the paint, but it's not going to get to him.
Corner pocket extra. Josh Payne gets his own rebound.
He's going to stay aggressive here, Josh Payne.
Unable to connect. Ben Gill on the rebound. 4 seconds. Hook shot. Rattles out. 1 second.
Had 3 attempts there, the Bears, but couldn't convert.
6-point game. Maitland up 6 with the fourth quarter. About to come here shortly. North's had a couple good looks there, but just unable to connect. Last 2 threes there by Josh Payne. On the rebound, Ben Gill, but on the right momentum is your Maitland Mustangs.
If you're a Bears fan, it's a little bit concerning to see Josh Payne in this form. Of course, he's such a hot scorer, and without his contribution, it's going to be difficult for the Bears to win. But you know Josh Payne's a clutch player. That's what we know that. He always comes up when the game matters. Threw down a massive dunk before, so it's 55-61. We've got 1 minute 30 to go, and just while we have a break, big thank you to anyone who makes this possible, and Danny Kim running across the court there, so great to see him. Such a star for the Inner West Bulls NBL 1 East team as the coach, obviously saying hello to his old players, his old friends, and the North Youth League team. Garen, what's going to be important for the Maitland Mustangs here?
How to maintain this 6-point lead, how to just smother them on defense these last 10 minutes, and how to just maintain your sets and not force shots early. J. Cole's really stepped up here in this third quarter, providing his athletic presence. And, you know, with the foul trouble our bigs have been in, or the mismatches or the rotations and whatnot, they've been really going at it against North and showing here. And it's going to be a tough 10 minutes for our North. Keep looking for those driving kicks and those handoffs with Mikey Young. Don't settle for tough early threes. Only look for the threes on driving kicks. So be patient, poised, and resilient here. Don't rush your sets. It's gonna be really huge here in this final quarter, James. It's really gonna be huge.
Yeah, for Coach Callum Wade as well over on the Maitland Mustangs side. What you're going to retain to your boys is keep getting it into the paint. Players like Riley Markovic, J. Cole stepped up big time in that third quarter. And, of course, we don't need to mention his name anymore. BP, MVP.
Your well-oiled Mustang machine, or what did you call it?
Yeah, the well-oiled Mustang. Nailed it there, Garen. So those bigs, just keep it going in there because it's so demoralising for this Bears team. But I've got to say, Ben Gill as well really stepped up in that third quarter, setting great screens, really getting into the paint, occupying that space.
Oh, for sure.
But I've noticed the Maitland defence pressing up a lot, daring North to drive in, and as soon as they are, they're collapsing really well. So North's got to look to kick out to the shooters here as we get this fourth quarter of the semi-final ready to go. 6 points in at 55-61.
Who's going to get the momentum change? Who's going to build momentum here? It's going to be huge. And the team that does get a couple stops and stops the bleeding is going to get that win, that momentum. Defense wins games. Defense wins championships. Defense gets you to the next round.
Shots
Open
up for
kick
Kai
out.
Faber.
Ooh, back rims it. That would have been
And
huge
Billy
to start
Parsons
the
throwing
quarter.
his body around. Gets it. The big man showing his agility and his
14
strength as
reset.
usual.
Yeah, gets it off. 14 reset.
Swings
Another
it.
open three here.
Matthews.
That time connects. Big three by Matthews on a 14 reset. Much needed. Huge three.
Wow. Benny Matthews.
Wet spot on the floor here on the court. But a much needed
Are you
big
sure that's
three.
not just Benny Matthews' jump shot? Man, it's looking wet out there. I'll
They
tell
might
you
have
what.
sprinkled some water on the court, which is why they're wiping it. But
Yeah, look, I gotta say, Ben Matthews reminds me a lot of Inner West Bulls NBL 1 player, Alexander Higgins-Titcher. He's kind of that more wiry
great comparison,
forward.
yeah.
But, you know, he's,
or that Tom Gillis kind of player.
yeah, he's still very physical, still very strong, but, you know, has that height and speed. It's a great combination to have. He's definitely...
Shout out to our floor cleaners and shout out to the sandwich sponsored by Hills Hornets Cafe. Good to see them eating sandwiches here in this beautiful
Yeah, I
heart
love
of
the
the
Hills Cafe.
Gotta love the Hills Cafe and the baristas.
Best coffee, best
We're
coffee.
able to get a good coffee here pre-game. Good espresso, good cappuccino.
Yeah, so
What
thank you to Hills for hosting
And
this
yeah,
wonderful
thank you for a
weekend
wonderful
of finals.
weekend. Beautiful job, Hills. Well done. Shout out,
Buvac going to
shout
take
out.
the keys at point guard here. Michael Young playing off the ball. Interesting move by Coach Brooke Pierce.
Finds it off to Gill, off to Morgan. 14 on the shot clock. Really using the most of the shot clock here. Mikey Young off the dribble. Is it do it yourself? No, it's fed in the paint to Gill. Back out on the kick out. Mikey Young, coming up a bit long.
Yeah, they really needed that one, the Bears.
Yeah,
Still
he's
9 minutes to go.
Very capable of hitting that, just rushing it a little bit, but
Oh, and it is going to go over and back for the Maitland
over,
Mustangs.
over and back.
That's
over
the
and
intensity
back.
the Bears need on defense. Force a few errors out of this Maitland team. Of course, the Maitland team really well drilled. They don't throw the ball over that often. So if you can get 1 or 2 turnovers, that can
Yep.
be what changes the game,
Couple-
especially
yeah.
with the finals pressure.
9
and everything
minutes,
on the
9
line.
points, plenty of time. 9 minutes, 9 points.
Now, Mikey Young taking the keys to the Kia
An
again
aggressive
here.
Ben Gill trying to fight his way in the paint.
Yeah, he's got a
Gets
mouse
it
in
with
the
those
house.
couple back down dribbles. Finds it on an open kick out. We are getting good kick outs and good looks, but just not hitting and not
Maybe
capitalizing.
a bit of nerves there for the Bears.
Maitland catching a break there, so yeah.
Here we go. And again, Ben Matthews running this offense a lot. Nice floater. Ooh.
Gets it to go. The rise and sling shot by Matthews. Wow.
I know, just like such good composure there. That's what we were talking about before. For such a big guy, he's got great control of his body, great athleticism. Josh Payne looking to get started here. Finds Morgan in the corner.
There you
It's
go.
good.
Much capable of being the Morgan twins all game on offense. Haven't missed a whole lot of shots, so look for them on the kick outs. Feed your hot hands, right? Feed your hot
Yeah.
hand.
And
Play
in the
through
corner,
on offense.
Jesse Parker hasn't shot a whole lot this afternoon, but I'm
I've got
definitely
to
a
open
great
look
shooter.
there, yeah. Can't afford to give an open look.
And we're going to see a charge called there. Jeez, you really see it.
Not happy on their officiating as the Morgans.
Yeah, the atmosphere's just taken another
Like
level
to be
here. Looking
consistent
around,
here,
you can see
yeah.
a big crowd really filled out in this Hills. Court 3 at the Hills Basketball Stadium.
You gotta love the competitive edge from the fans. Obviously, North fans not loving it. Maitland fans loving it. Officials just
Oh, and
hearing it.
straight back, Mikey Young
Wow.
appeals for the foul and gets it. But that's it. That's how Maitland's playing today. They're playing with such high energy. They're not giving the North Bears anything easy. And North Bears looking to steady the ship here.
Energy
It's an
is
8-point
through
game.
the roof this game, James. Energy is through us. Energy is through the players, but energy is through the roof, through the spectators. It is lit here in this Hills Hornets nest here for this Youth League semi-finals, James.
There you go.
Wow.
Hunter Nichols is going to set the offense up.
Screen action with Ben Gill. Finds him in the paint. Aggressive, no contact. That European fling shot. Unable to get it on the jump hook.
Billy Parsons is going to run the point guard here. Oh, the footy pass! Oh, wow. Do you reckon his dad
Connects
taught him
the
that one? The
fumbles.
two-hand
Yeah, wow.
fling, the Darren Lockyer.
The Maitland footy team.
I know, we'd love to see it.
Your local
And
Maitland
attacking the
footy team.
Matthews. Wow, what a talent, Ben Matthews.
Soft touch.
Easy to
Gets
go.
it to
Great
go.
composure.
Wow. Yeah, taking a page out of your Maitland local footy team on that one, James.
Yeah, Nike Young looks at Ben Gill in the
Again
paint.
in the post. Can he get it to go on that patient footwork?
Yeah, got that
Finding
pivot
kickouts
action.
and open shots. And Morgan
Wow.
yet again on the hard drive.
Tough
Find
finish.
Morgan on that play every time if he's going to do that.
That's such a tough finish there. Just hung in the air over two defenders. And we're going to see an interesting move here from Coach Brooke Pearce. We're going to see Johnny Woodcock get his first minutes of the game. And again, that smothering defence by North paying off, Garen.
Yep.
And also on the other end, we're going to see J. Cole back into the game. So Ben Gill's come off. Interesting moves here from Brooke Pearce, but that's it. Not your most orthodox coach. Really looks to use this whole bench. He goes deep.
He's out of the, what do they call it? Does things out of the box. Like, yeah, like you said, unorthodox style of coaching. But
no, Johnny Woodcock, though, very capable player. Brings a lot of energy and effort out there. Of course, a North's junior through and through, a local boy. So good to see him getting the call up here in this important semi-final. We've got 8 points in it with just under 7 minutes to go in the game.
But I kind of like this sub, going a bit small here. Obviously couldn't generate a whole lot of offense with Ben Gill in the post. Had an effective couple hook shots there, but just unable to capitalize. Need someone that can move the ball early, kick it, handoffs, I don't know. Just change their momentum. 8-point game, 6:50 and change left, James. Plenty of time for North to build momentum here, so don't rush your sets.
Not what you needed. Mac Morgan called for the travel. And Mikey Young, a bit of full court pressure here. It's going to be crucial for the Bears to put the clamps on Testoni. Been given the keys. So not a whole lot of guards out there for Maitland. But Kai Faber will look to step up. J. Cole in the paint against Johnny Woodcock. Another foul.
Yeah,
Jeez,
Johnny Woodcock getting fourth quarter minutes here, James.
Yeah, look, I mean, J. Cole is just really drawing so many fouls today. And I think that's so important, especially in finals basketball, to slow the game down, allow your team to focus, make the other team get a little cold out there. So
smart sub. They rested him for a reason, and they put him on now for this exact purpose. Get free throws and take it to the basket. But we got Woodcock playing heavy fourth quarter minutes with no Gill. Maybe Gill's getting a quick sub. We'll see.
Ladies and gentlemen, take note of this origami crane jump shot. Oh, it's got such a lovely flick to it.
Soft touch connects on both. Yeah. So look to see maybe Ben Gill coming back in a bit later to finish the game for your North. North's going smaller with Johnny Woodcock and no Ben Jerome. So
yeah, both teams going pretty small out there. Josh Payne turns the ball over. Beavis holds the ball up, waits for his troops to come in. Smart play.
Finds it off to pass.
And Hunter Nichols is going to get the steal there.
Full head of steam. Can we get some transition offense? Momentum on our end. None other than Morgan driving in. Oh,
John left,
great
unlucky
save.
to get that one. Good elevation, but Mikey Young with the steal off a loose pass.
Lucky on that one. That's what you want to say about the Morgan twins.
Mikey Young with the mismatch.
Stepping into it, coming up a bit left, but you want to see that aggression on offense by Morgan. That kick out, that rebound. Good offense there. 10-point game, plenty of time here. Plenty of time.
And we have J. Cole running the offense at the top of the key. Gives a dribble handoff. Testoni. Oh, wow. So we're going to have a foul there. I'm not too sure who on.
Has defense been the winner of this game or not so far? I mean, it's been neck and neck, and none other than checking on. Like,
yeah, so we're going to see Connor Edwards checking, checking back in, and coming off is James Beavis. So he's had James Beavis is going to inbound it. Sorry, I thought it was coming off there for a second.
We thought so too. Connor Edwards and Mike Young match up again, so it's been that matchup all game with the guards at it.
Key matchup.
We got Woodcock against none other than J. Cole in the paint. Strong move. Says, guard this if you can. Shows the two little symbol and says, you can't guard me. I'm going to take that yet again. What he's done all third and fourth quarter, James.
J. Cole, so impressive. So much respect for him out there. He's playing out of his skin. And Mikey Young
with the response.
Yeah, the reverse layup. Mikey Young gets such good elevation on his layups and jump shots.
Happy, yeah. Putting up his
springs in his knees. And Brooke Pearce is going to ask for a timeout here. Look, this is it, Karen. This is the final run. You've got 5 minutes, 20 seconds. One of these teams is going home.
Do or die moments here. How can you change momentum? Can this and one shift it for you a little bit? How can you stop Jay Cole in the paint? Last few possessions, he's been getting paint touches in the paint, spin moves, footwork, soft finishes, and ones, contacts, free throws. You name it, you need to stop him. You need to stop the bleeding from Maitland if you're not.
J. Cole is putting together a pretty good case for being player of the game here.
We don't have stats live on us, but we'll have a quick update on the stats. See what we got on the points total here.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think J. Cole's leading the way there. Billy Parsons has been great in the paint. It's just those bigs for Maitland. I mean, the shooter's not having the best night, but what we're talking about is we've got Mac Morgan. He's got a sneaky 10 points. Billy Parsons with 16. J. Cole with 14. But J. Cole's so clutch there. Getting those free throws, getting those stops.
Thank you.
What a talent. I tell you what, J. Cole, let's get him in the NBL1 team.
Score update with our scoring officials. with, none other than 14
Yeah,
points.
so as I was saying, leading the way is Billy Parsons with 15 points, J. Cole is 14, and Ben Matthews chipping in a handy 13. So it's all the usual suspects out there for Maitland. Meanwhile, for the Bears, we've got Mackenzie Morgan leading the way with 10. But look, everyone else kind of chipping in, and Mikey Young with 22.
Much needed 22.
And
so.
ice in his veins, that NBL1 experience, really showing out there.
Yeah, if there was someone that was going to step up and Josh Payne's being cold and ice cold and quiet, I mean, Mikey Young's been the next man up mentality, and so is Morgan. So,
yeah,
good to see Josh Payne maybe get it going these last 5 minutes. Would love to see that. Very capable shooter, great athlete is Josh Payne, but just unable to hit threes today, and he's ice cold. So, and I don't mean Andre 3000 ice cold.
And there we go, BEP Oil Mustang going in for the easy two.
Revving it up. Engine is at full head of steam.
These fouls are absolutely killing the North Bears. I'll tell you what, it's very hard to win a game if you're fouling this much. And I said that at the halftime show that that the fouls are going to be such a big part of this game. It's 63-74, 11 points in it. Norths are up to 4 fouls now. Not great. You don't want to see go into a bonus situation late in the game. And Billy Parsons, easy as.
They've been able to capitalize on free throws, getting to the free throw line all game, and it's showing. Now, it's still doable. 5 minutes, plenty of time, 12 points.
Johnny Woodcock looking for the dribble handoff. Stays aggressive.
Coming up long.
And
Johnny aggressive Maitland bench behind us. Just love to see the fans out here, both from North and Maitland.
Show and go,
showing their love and support to the fans here. Can they find J. Cole in the post?
Connor Edwards just marshalling his troops out there. He's going to go up,
off the dump-off pass, but a handsy hands there by Buvak. Gets it off to the hot hand, Mikey Young. Can you get a 3 here? Finally gets it, and a much-needed big 3 by Josh Payne.
Swirls it in, and Pete Stafford
with the cowbell, the notorious cowbell by Pete Stafford for your North fans.
It'd be a huge weight of
Josh Payne in rhythm. Now, who they're going to find here on the Maitland end? Find none other than J. Cole. Can't let him get early
if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And North's just hacking him in the paint.
That's just post-up 101. Great skill. Gets that pass deep in the paint. You got to force him out. If you're the defense, you got to push him out of that paint. Let him get tough catches. That's an easy catch. That's an easy post-up, and to help defense
This
foul
is going to be
late.
important. This is going to be important for the Bears.
Wow,
We've got Ben Jerome coming on,
yeah.
replacing Johnny Woodcock. Johnny in and out, and Ben Jerome going to look to stabilise the ship.
I mean, he's just being out physical with the North Bears, finding his spots in the paint as he connects the first one, J. Cole.
Amazing game by J. Cole. Definitely candidate for player of the game. Of course, Billy Parsons is right there with him. But look, J. Cole, I think it's been the way he's got about his points. It's really been impressive here for the Maitland Mustangs. Just over 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Mikey Young with the ball now. Finding it off here. Hard aggressive take. There we go. 68-77. 9-point game. We need a stop now. We need a stop.
4 minutes to go. Ladies and gentlemen,
traveling
stay tuned.
violation.
And, wow, okay.
Change of events here with 4 minutes left in the game. North need to get another score and a stop. Make it hard for J. Cole on those post touches here. Change momentum. We really need to get a score here. And if you're the Maitland Mustangs, you really need to put pressure on here. Not allow North to get early quick looks, because time is not your best friend if you're North. You really need to make do with the time you have.
Smart move. Ben Matthews in the game, and J. Cole comes off to a great ovation from the Maitland Mustangs supporters.
Great ovation, but interesting sub here by your Maitland Mustangs.
Yeah, he's
Change it up on defense. Yeah. Very interesting.
Finishing with Ben Matthews, also having a great game.
Yep.
Here we go, Ben Jerome. Always unselfish, looking to screen for Mikey Young. Woodcock.
Finds Woodcock. Corner
kick
out.
In the corner.
Much needed, but BJ on the rebound. Ben Jerome finds it on another kick out. Buvak on a hard show and go. Gets it.
Oh, they're not going to count it. They're not going to count it. But great move there by Tom Buvak.
No, that's the right call by the ref.
Very slippery. Very slippery.
Took that last step there on the layup. Good call there. Baseline. But then again, the infamous out-of-bounds play, or the famous out-of-bounds play, by Brooke Pierce. Can they generate a quick hitter? Or bonus situation,
So Tom Buvak...
I take that back. Bonus situation in effect, so free throw line situation?
Yeah, been a star for this North Bears
shots,
team
sorry, take that
all
back.
year. Oh, yeah, so we do end up with 2 shots.
So
All
wait,
right.
1 second. If it's not an and one because there wasn't shooting motion, then how is the bonus because it's only 3 fouls?
Not too sure.
Not too tall, not
but
too sure.
out
But
of Trinity
we'll take the 2 free throws here.
College in Strathfield is Tom Buvak.
It's the second
averaging
one.
13 points this season, so crucial for the Bears.
8-point game. Maitland Mustangs really just got to stop here to put pressure on North now. Get a good look here on the screen. Action, Billy Parsons, do-it-yourself kit. 12 on the shot clock. Finds it on the dump-off. Foul call. Now it's Maitland at ball baseline. So
Johnny Woodcock getting a call for the foul there. He's done a great job moving his feet since he's come on, Jay Woods. But, geez, I mean, these Maitland Mustangs bigs, so hard to handle. And I'm going to take a mini little, not an official timeout, but a sneaky timeout here, the Callum Wade, while we get the towel out there to wipe it down. Big shout out to Meryl Swanson, Labor MP, proud sponsors of the Maitland Mustangs team. It's very really a community affair up there at the Mustangs garage.
So it's going to be a foul bonus situation. Not what you wanted, given the good defense until that very last second there on that pass, but 2 free throws. Billy Parsons, a much capable free throw shooter. And something Maitland's done all game. Get to the free throw line. Yes. Norths, I think, settled a bit too many threes. Settled a bit too much on the 3-point line. But
Yeah, would have liked to see them get into the paint a little more. But, look, with 3 minutes 21 to go. Let's
still plenty of time. Hey, still plenty of time.
Yeah, the Bears can get some quick threes. But Billy
It's
Parsons
10-point game. Billy
is going
Parsons,
to try to win this game by any means necessary. Of course. I mean, what else do you expect? We knew he was going to have a big game, and he's performed when under the bright lights here at the Hill Stadium. Just over 3 minutes to go left, 10 points in it.
Finds it off to Mikey Young. Gets it on the dribble, containing that dribble alive. Finds it off in the corner, that whip ahead pass. Coming up long, but BJ on the over the back rebound. Gets it off to Mikey Young.
Here's North's just jacking it up
just
here.
Getting rebounds
Third
after
choice.
rebound. Strong
Third
Mikey
chance.
Young coming up strong, but BJ resiliency pays off. Gets the clean up. Defense now on a trap. Can they get a stop? 8-point game.
Geez, that effort and energy, that's so big for the Bears from Ben
Can they
Jerome.
defend without fouling? That's going to be key, and I spoke too soon. Spoke way too soon.
Maitland playing such a smart game out there. I mean, they are just really playing patient basketball, allowing North to foul. Wow. I mean, such a mature game. And we're going to see J. Cole back into the game to try finish it. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes 30 to go in the fourth quarter. 8 points in it, Garen. What do you think it's going to take for Maitland to finish this game off strong?
Yeah, well, free throws. The clock stops, free throws. That is not what you want when you're North, to commit fouls and let freebies at the line for something that Maitland's done well all game. You just got to play defense without fouling. I know it's easier said than done. I know it's easier said than done. Yes, Ben Jerome has fouled out, unfortunately, but
you see how much it means to him as well. He looks ropeable on the bench there. It means so much
I
to
would
him.
be upset too, giving off a good putback just on that last play and then fouling out. And Maitland has done a really good job forcing North to guard full court fouling. So
yeah, Ben Gill's going to check back in, so we'll see what
well
he
done
can
to
do.
Maitland and their defense, right, James?
Yeah, I mean, Maitland have just been the more physical team, but been smart, not fouling too much as well, but managing to assert themselves.
Callum Wade has done a great
absolute
job.
coaching clinic from Coach Wade.
Yep.
Or C Wade.
I mean, shout out to C Wade, and shout out to BP, and I don't mean Billy Parsons. I mean Brooke Pierce from Iron, the coach.
Yeah. All right, it is a 10-point game again. The clock seems to be against the Bears here. Maitland Mustangs is a few stops away from advancing through to the grand final. And there it is. J. Cole going to take it up. Billy Parsons
Great stop there
holds
now.
the ball up.
2:28 in change here. Feeds it off. Billy Parsons
Yeah,
on
the
the
big
matchup
man.
with Woodcock.
Wow, how about the
Feeds it off
crossover?
to jump off to J. Cole. We've got a jump ball situation. Good
That's
hands
gonna
there
go
by
Bears'
Mikey
way.
Young. It was a great pass, and that could have very easily been a passing shot.
So
But Mikey Young being very handsy.
Check it out here. We're seeing Josh Payne and Buvak go straight for the corners. They need a quick hit of three here.
They need a quick screen action, something to just generate.
Connor Edwards isn't going to give Mikey Young any space, though. Not going to give it to him easy.
Off a screen action, finds it off the dribble, gets a hard drive kick, finds Josh Payne, coming up short. Oh, and the foul, no foul, plays
He's
it
got
on.
an open basket. Jesse Beavis,
Gets it.
it's good.
Gets it to go.
That might be the nail in the coffin for the Bears. 2 minutes to go. They're going to need some quick threes. But Maitland, the wind in their sails. The Mustangs on the gallop.
Yeah, revving it up here on defense these last few minutes. 12-point game. North need to really just get some good shots without turning the ball over.
And
2 minutes, get some
Mikey
good looks.
Young. Jeez, what a matchup it's been. Connor Edwards, Mikey Young, such talented guards. Mikey on the pull-up. Oh, that looked good, but just rings out. Fight for the rebound. Maitland secures it. That's been the story of the game.
J. Cole gets it off again. Finds Billy Parsons, the offensive maestro. Gets it off again. It's just been great all game with Maitland and their balanced scoring here.
Yeah, Connor Edwards had a great game. Oh, and
Josh Payne says, get that out of here with a minute left, minute 31 left. So,
yeah, pretty interesting. Josh Payne there just flew over. So two of the best players on the court there colliding. It looks like going to run a bit of a stack play here, the Mustangs. But I've got to say, it's been a clinical performance by the Mustangs. Never let that effort, energy, and emotion take over their game, and just stayed composed and played really well. J. Cole, this game especially. J.
Cole with the footwork, the push,
the middle child, J. Cole, as Buvak steps out.
How good has he been in the paint all game, James?
Yep. Man in the middle.
Timeout North.
Wow, and J. Cole hearing it from the Maitland Mustangs fans. They love it.
For your eyes only. For your eyes only is J. Cole. For your eyes only. Wow. Has he been an X factor for these Maitland Mustangs? We thought it was going to be the Billy Parsons show, and it was early on. But J. Cole taking over in the second half. I mean, wow, giving our North a handful on defense.
71-85. 1 minute 19 to go. You got to think this is going to be it. Maitland look to advance through to the grand final.
Anything's possible, but a minute 19.
You don't want to jinx it, but you
don't want to jinx it, but yeah.
An absolute full credit to this Maitland Mustangs. Not just the team, but this whole organisation from top to bottom. They run such a good program. Really good at developing their juniors, and you can see that here. And of course, that would pay off for them in the youth league. And they've got the men's final coming up as well, the semi, later on today, the Maitland Mustangs. So, and coming up after this as well is North Bears taking on Albury-Wodonga in the NBL1 women's semi.
Yes,
so a lot of great basketball action to come up here on this weekend. And Maitland Mustangs looking like they'll be back here tomorrow to play in the grand final.
Shout out to Brendan Lloyd, former Albury-Wodonga.
Yeah,
hometown boy, in the baseline. Probably checking into the next game against your North Bears and your Albury-Wodonga Bandits. So please stay tuned into that, as we've got great commentary on that one as well. So stay tuned into the broadcast commentary there. So
yeah, and of course, look, I've got the Manly Ringer versus Sutherland game coming up later. So check that one out too. Here we go, looking a bit full court pressure, and that man so composed, so talented, so professional.
All game.
Connor Edwards, wow.
Yeah, it's been the Mikey Young show, and it's been him going at it neck and neck against Mikey
Connor
Young.
Edwards. I mean, just two great point guards, and they're just proving the old adage that size doesn't mean too much in basketball, because it's the strength, the speed, and look, Mikey Young's just out in his haunches there.
Listen, sometimes size matters, but in this scenario, basketball-wise, it's just you got to use your quickness and your speed and your versatility and the way you push the ball in transition, and he's been doing that all game against Mikey Young. So.
Connor Edwards brings the second one out. Johnny Woodcock's going to push the pace here. Hunter Nichols, ball. About 1:10 left on the clock. Mikey Young, would have been nice to get the and one.
There's been a lot of undersized guards here in the NBL1 and the Waratah leagues. Guys like Kiwi Gardner, guys like Mike Young, guys like we're seeing here today in Edwards. Guys that can really play big but have a small body frame. And it's been great to watch in this Waratah League season in the youth league games.
Yeah,
we've been privileged enough to watch it all season and watch these young athletes, these young talents, night in, night out, week in, out, just showcase their talent, their athleticism, the way they shoot the ball.
I would not be shocked to see a lot of these players step up to NBL1 East, even though
and
they
professional contracts or college.
Yeah, Mikey Young can't get the second one, and Billy Parsons secures it for his team. That's exactly what you would expect. And here we go, 14 points. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, good on you. And finds it in the paint.
Billy Parsons.
Late second point.
Smooth
50
jam
seconds.
there.
When you're playing a press like that, there's so many gaps, and you've got to find the gaps. If you're Maitland, Josh Payne, unable to get it to go. 1 of 11 now for 3 for Josh Payne.
Buvak, though, manages to pick up the scraps and lay it in for 2. North not giving up here.
Yeah, 40 seconds here. Gets it in transition. Finds it. Gets the layup. Yeah, it's just going to be that kind of 40 seconds here. So
40 seconds to go here. Maitland Mustangs looking like they've secured it. But Connor Edwards is not taking the foot off the pedal.
Yeah, neither is North. Finding on that lob. Oh, that long
finds
pass,
Beavers, who's going to hold the ball up here. Hunter Nichols is going to give him a bit of trouble.
Yeah, pressure here
But
by
that's
Woodcock.
it. And with 16 seconds left on the shot clock, second last possession here.
Finds it to J. Cole.
J. Cole.
On the layup,
nice. Yeah, could have gone in for the jam there.
Could have dribbled out, could have gone in for the jam. Stuck with a finger roll. Thank you for tuning in on a brilliant Youth League matchup. Neck and neck game. 75 short-handed North Spears. 91 your Maitland Mustangs. Resilient effort and defense winning it in the end. Shout out to guys like J. Cole. Shout out to your players like Billy Parsons, your MVP, stepping up. And then shout out to none other than Connor Edwards, the team engine. Our North Bears falling in short. Resilient effort by Mikey Young and other players like BJ fouling out. A lot of players just in foul trouble and just...
Yeah, and congratulations to the Maitland Mustangs. They will go through to play the winner of Penrith Panthers and Central Coast Crusaders. So whatever the result is in that, they wait against this hyper-talented Maitland Mustangs team. I've got to say, look, I don't want to jinx it because I know Penrith and the Central Coast are great teams.
Oh, great
but this Maitland team has something special going for them. It's a great group of players they have. And you can just tell they play with a lot of unity, a lot of physicality, a lot of composure. Final result here at the Hills Basketball Stadium, 75-91.
Great matchup. The chemistry in the Maitland Mustangs team shows. From the coaching staff to the last guy on the bench to the equipment manager, it shows. You know, our North short-handed, no Angus All, unlucky Josh Payne had a cold night. Someone who's very capable of lighting it up. Going 1 of 11 from 3 is unlike him, just falling short. But the defense of Maitland Mustangs really stood out. Shout out to guys like Mikey Young who stuck with it all season for us and everyone else that played well. So shout out to everyone. And I mean, moving on to the next round is your Maitland Mustangs. So stay tuned and we'll get the call for that one. And it'll be a privilege to call that one, James.
That sounds great. Yeah, we can't wait to see the Maitland Mustangs in the NBL 1 East Grand Final. Of course, again, congratulations to them and the North Bears. Final result here, 75-91. Thank you for tuning in. I've been James Milan.
I've been Garen Cordian, and it's been a privilege and a treat to be able to commentate here on this beautiful weekend in the Hills District, in the heart of the Hills Hornets' nest.
And coming up next, we have Canberra versus Tamworth, so stick around for that. And thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, Canberra and Tamworth. What a matchup.
Yeah, okay. Go the Lightning.
Shout out to your Tamworth Thunderbolts and your Canberra Academy. So, wow, your Canberra Nationals, I believe. Great job, great program. Way to go, and just best of luck to both teams, and best of luck to our North Bears competing against the Albury-Wodonga Bandits. Shout out to Lauren Jackson. Shout out to our Bears. We're out. I'm Garen Cordian. This is James Milan. Have a great weekend, folks. All the best. Peace.
Thank you.